Guys, we're live. Guys, we're live. We're live. Live. Guys, this is an emergency hangout. This is not a proper stream like a normal stream hangout. This is a freaking. I don't even do any thumbnail. You're just gonna just do any hangout. So right now, I'm filming. I'm hungry. I'm pissed off right now. And this squad entirely need a total revamp from top to bottom. My God in heaven, what did I just watch? My Lord in heaven, when the Chelsea Football Club become Sunderland, Stoke City, Brighton, Southampton, Crystal Palace.
Yo.
My God.
Yo.
Oh my God. What did I just watch? Right now, I'm lost for word. I don't know what to say. This team right now, they don't want to play for Tuchel. All of them can fuck off. Everybody in that team can F off. I'm tired. I'm done.
It's pre-season, bro. They're not gonna look great.
The season is in 2 weeks, and they're playing like this, like a moron.
No, but even though that's from the pre-season, what positive sides have we
What
seen?
is this?
We haven't seen anything positive this pre-season. The only positive I can say is I'm positive season, not good season. Gallagher was shaky today. The defense was shaky today. The attacking trap as usual. Mendy was shaky. The fullback didn't do anything. It's not positive. This happened the last 3 games. It's great to win a game. It was good. It was the first win of the season. Or even long. We lost the Charlotte on play. We now got battered all the way. How many goals are we? Let's take this season.
We're still on count.
Oh, we're live.
What was that? That was a good intro though. That was
Guys,
It was an intermission.
Listen, guys, I hardly do an hangout unless it becomes catastrophic.
Goodness gracious me.
Right? This is a preseason match, and the team I do not want to lose to is Arsenal.
Tuchel's finish, bro.
Whoa.
Arsenal Football Club.
Whoa.
Yes, last season we finished third. I was the advocate of me saying Thomas Tuchel must stay. Right now, I want him gone.
I'm like, oh.
Chill, y'all need to chill.
Oh God.
Thomas Tuchel.
Relax.
gone.
Oh God.
I can't lie, I'm on the verge of
And
it.
thank
I'm
God
so close.
he only has
I'm
1
so
year
close.
contract. Next year, he only has 1 more year. He need to get the F off out of my club as soon as possible.
Wow.
I'm done with him. I'm done with his management. I'm done with those players. Pulisic, Kai, Mason,
Okay,
Reece, Alonso, Emerson,
Reece?
all of them.
Where did you say Reece?
Yeah, he's out for everybody right now. DB, you need to understand.
He's seeing
Abysmal's
red.
gone.
He's seeing red. He's seeing red.
His head's
Arsenal
gone.
red. He's
His head's
seeing
gone.
Arsenal red right now.
Everyone else but Reece.
Hey,
I
Reece could
can't
get
believe
involved
what I
too.
just saw, guys. I
Reece could get
cannot believe
involved.
Well, that's on one off.
This is unbelievable.
Okay.
Reece is my boy.
So, all right. So my question would be, how did you guys feel the back four experiment went?
All over the place. All over the shop.
Well,
One at a time. One at a time.
we
You got to
don't
think
have
about
the-
the listeners.
We don't have the
okay?
players
So,
for back four. You still tried it. And we don't have the players for it. We don't have a DM. We can't play back four with that midfield. Gallagher and Jorginho pivot.
you
There's
see,
no hope for that.
Sorry bought Jorginho to play as a single pivot with two box-to-box midfielders ahead. He didn't play him to play in a double. He didn't get him to play in a double pivot with another person. So the understanding between Gallagher and Jorginho wasn't there to know who should drop, who should go forward. You could tell that there was a little bit of confusion there. And that has a knock-on effect to the back four and obviously the goalkeeper. So would you guys like to see that understanding try to be built? Or are you happy just
It should have been
backseating
built in this
the rest of the season?
preseason. That's what we
No,
should have done
no.
this preseason. It's
DB,
too
calm
late
down.
now.
DB, calm down, bro. Calm down. It's.
I can't.
Yo, Daniel, I'm so. Oh, it's too early. Hey, Daniel, listen. All I'm gonna say is this, man. Yo, the first half was crazy.
It was bad. It was shocking.
I don't remember a half like that in quite some time. Like,
Did you see? Like, okay. I mean, there's so many things you could discuss about that game. So Raheem Sterling and Kai Havertz, and like, actually, no. Actually, let's start with the worst first. Let's start with Timo Werner.
Oh God.
He's playing against us, and I say us in the sense of like
Daniel,
he was
I
talking
call
about.
that guy
Vinny.
IAAF. My lord, see, I play football.
He tackles himself. Like,
I
he don't
play
even
better
need
than
defense.
Timo Werner. I've never seen in my entire life player as abysmal as Timo Werner in my entire life watching football. This is actually bad.
The guy plays football like the floor is lava. It's embarrassing.
Don't kill me.
bruh, the standards are on the floor at this club, man. The standards are on the
Like
floor.
there was one instance where he had the ball like on the byline essentially, and it just went out. I'm just like, bruh. And this is after a series of missed touches. So
It's just after the guy came out saying that he can be happy anywhere. Go be happy anywhere.
So Tuchel playing him wide in a 4-2-3-1 I thought was interesting. Because after all the evidence we've seen of him over the past 2 years, that doesn't seem like a position that you should even think he would be able to play, because in that position you need to be able to dribble, beat players, you need to have a footballing brain on a level which clearly he doesn't have. So that's why obviously the Rafinha links, the Dembele links, etc. If you want to play this style of football, you need players that can play that way. Werner is not that. So in a sense, Tuchel set him up to fail.
Yeah, he's drunk.
Him out there to like, okay, go dribble people. He's like, I can barely control a pass, much less dribble. So I look at it like Werner, yeah.
No, but Daniel, why do?
But it is on Tuchel for doing that to him.
But why? This is why I don't understand. Why? There's no unless people want to do this where they're saying he's trying to send a message to the okay. I don't believe why. Why would you play him there? This is what I don't understand. Like, is he drunk? Like, why would you play Timo there? I don't get this stuff.
It's confusing. It's confusing. And
Daniel, here's my point.
Yeah.
Why can't you play Cho there? That's another thing I do. So you're playing Timo there,
and then Cho appears as a wingback.
I hate seeing Cho wingback so much. I hate it. I really hate it.
But the team has a lack of elite wide talent. So if you want to play 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, etc., you need better attackers in that way. Like obviously, like we've heard links with like Neymar and Dembele, Rafinha, etc., etc. Like you need that quality of player in wide areas. It's why when the team switched to 3-4-3 and you move those players closer inside, they play better, because you don't need to be as technically proficient in those areas as you do as like like with your boots on the chalk essentially. So Tuchel set a couple people up. Damn near he set himself up, but that's his own thing. How did you guys feel that Sterling did? So he's played 90 minutes so far in preseason. I haven't seen anything from him.
I got no help at all.
But yeah, I'm not gonna blame him for that. But what did you guys make of Sterling?
When he got the ball, he was doing something. That's the thing.
Do you know what I fear? I fear that he's going to start well because he's still going to have that Man City DNA. But then the further he gets into it, like Chelsea's going to infect him and he's just going to turn to shit.
Yeah, the more we integrate him into the system,
he'll get worse.
and when he starts to see what the system's all about, like the way he has to play, I don't even know.
Well,
I
personally,
just don't know. Like, I don't know how we could consistently have such bad attackers. I guess it got to be a curse at this point.
But if it's everybody, then it's not them. It's the system. It's how Chelsea play. Everybody can't be bad at the same time, and they all just suck. That can't be real.
I think both things can be true, Daniel. Because from Tuchel's interviews, when he first came, and even when he was with PSG, he always used to mention that he coaches up to the final third, and he gives his players the freedom to express themselves. So I think it's true in that aspect, but I think it's also down to the players because let's be honest, other than Raheem. And I know people might hate on Mason, but I think those are the only two players who are literally capable of actually performing on a somewhat consistent basis. Abdullah, you love Havertz, but up top, I don't think he's the answer. To be honest, personally.
What is Havertz at this point? What is Havertz at this point?
That's the thing. We don't really know what position, what's his best position. He's going into his third season, and we don't even know his best position.
He tried to play like a variation of kind of false nine today.
Guys,
to be a number 10?
Guys, I understand. See, he's not a number 9. I know that, but he's played that first 9. I get the players are sucked and abysmal. Guys, we need to look at Thomas Tuchel as a manager.
True, I agree.
See, I'm the biggest advocate of Thomas Tuchel. I am the biggest advocate of him. If Abramovich is here, Tuchel will not last this. It won't last. It will have gone.
The start of the season would be so
after
big.
After preseason, stop it, bro.
Daniel,
we can't be using
Daniel,
this is preseason.
Sack someone during preseason.
We can't be using this is preseason. Come on now.
But
let's
RJ,
get serious here.
But listen, RJ, look at our performances towards the end of last season.
Exactly.
This is when these guys literally just came in. We haven't really had a decent performance since these guys took over. And he's asking for all these signings, but the thing is, the whole team is not performing. Like literally, everyone is abysmal. So they'll start looking at him with the corner of an eye. That yes, you want all these players, but we can't be playing this bad, even though it's preseason. Like if it was one or two players, then yes. It's not just Werner. It's literally everyone. Everyone is abysmal.
That's what I'm saying.
From the back line to the midfield to the. Right, everyone is terrible. It has to. The coach has to show the some blame.
System or the coach that's doing something wrong.
He has to show the some blame. He has to.
And I think Mason is just about system proof,
right?
In the sense that he will do what he does regardless. If it's Lampard, if it's Tuchel, if it's the man on the moon, he will get the ball. He'll take shots. He'll dribble people. He'll be effective in some way. Which is a credit to him. Everybody else, though, I think they're dependent on whatever system the manager wants to play. So you see Gallagher. Gallagher hasn't looked that great in preseason, unfortunately. Like he had I think 20 good minutes in the last game as Charlotte or the one before. But other than that, he hasn't looked great. Jorginho looks like Jorginho, which for me isn't anything to write home about. So has anybody had a good preseason? Has any player shown themselves to be okay? Like, this is somebody.
I'd argue Ampadu.
Say again?
I'd argue Ampadu.
Ampadu?
Yeah, he hasn't looked that bad. He's looked good, I think.
Yeah, I think he's been decent.
I think the only player that's looked good for me is Kennedy. He could be somebody. But
the fact that you said
bad. Abdullahi, man, where are you, bro? Why am I hosting?
The fact that Kennedy just proves everything.
Are you depressed?
The fact that Kennedy's been our best player in preseason just says everything.
That says everything. And I know Helvop always mentions this in a somewhat sarcastic way when he says that if Mount is our best player, then we're not going anywhere. Same thing, if Kennedy is our best player in preseason, that's raising a lot of questions. For a club as massive as Chelsea.
That's my opinion. I've seen people slandering him, but even that is a thought in my mind. I agree. It's a problem.
Right.
But yeah, the attack is not good. So to your point about, Tuchel coaches the first 2/3 of the pitch, and then when you get into the final third, it's up to the players. There's no player there who you think, okay, let's give it to him and he'll do something good with it. There's nobody there.
True.
So,
yeah, but
right now we're hoping that it's Sterling.
Yeah, but I think that really worked in his first stint with Dortmund, because he had Dembele. That's when Dembele was still coming into his own as a young talent. Then he went to PSG. Obviously, with Neymar and Mbappe, there's not much that you can do. But these players actually need to be coached. That's the thing. Like, you can see that there's potential in some of these players. Like, I know, I'll give an example. Hudson-Odoi. You can see flashes of it being there, but he's not there yet because he's too young. He actually needs to be coached, right? Same thing that when Pep took Sterling under his wing, Sterling was somewhat raw when he was still a good player in Liverpool, but then Pep took him to a new level. Same thing with Foden, right? These players actually need to be coached. So you can't do that to players like Havertz, the likes of Callum and even Christian, right? You need to coach these players.
Yeah, they're not good enough to freestyle it on their own. They need, I think, direct instructions and patterns of play and automations and different things to help them be effective. So it's a tricky one. Can I bring up one more player that had a bad game? At least to me. Azpilicueta.
Yeah.
I think he might be cooked.
Yeah.
I think it's also due to the fact that his mind is not fully with the squad anymore, especially with Tuchel's comments yesterday. I think he just wants to go, because he wanted to leave even before the takeover happened, right, with these guys. And we thought it was just going to be a formality once the season is done, but then they kind of, I think he had a clause in his contract saying that he was going to stay an extra year now. But I just think that his mind is not here anymore. Same thing with Ivanovic, because I actually saw your tweet, Daniel, when you mentioned that, why are we playing players who we know are potentially not going to be here at the start of the season, or players that we know actually want to leave? Like, this is a time for us to actually be building chemistry, and for him to know somewhat of his first 11, right? Or the first 13 players that he's going to select his team from. But there's so much chopping and changing.
I don't know why Tuchel.
The annoying part about it is, as a fan, I know from day one, back four is a no for me.
Yeah.
People has been saying play for the blah blah blah. I was like, we don't have a midfield that can transition from that midfield to the attack. In PSG, he had Marquinhos, where he can trust Marquinhos to be that ball plays DM that whenever he needs to drop into the back, he drop there. In Chelsea Football Club, we have clowns. No ballers, clowns.
Okay, but Abdullahi, isn't part of the problem that two of the pieces that could work in a 3-man midfield decided not to get shots and are in London still?
But
so Kante and
Ruben. But even though I think
Ruben is a player who can dribble with the ball and can advance the ball. Like, Gallagher tried in instances, but he wasn't effective. And then he just ended up passing it back. Ruben has the ability to carry the ball. And that would be the link between Jorginho and the front three and the striker.
Yeah, from defense to Jorginho to Loftus or even cover.
Kovacic came on and looked pretty good. I thought
he was.
Yeah.
But the issue is, I think, Daniel, is how fit can Kante be throughout the season?
That's a good question.
That's the thing. Because we might switch to a back four, but once Kante is out, then we're literally exposed. It's the same. It will literally be the same thing as we saw today. So how fit can Kante? I don't understand why we're not going for a DM. I do not understand. Like, come on.
Even if we go for a DM, essentially Rice. Who else is there?
The one that still hurts me is Chouameni. Come on, 40 million last season, and we decide to get Saul. Come on. This club.
Abdullah,
This club. Oh my goodness.
Okay, but say you guys wanted to get a DM, who would you go for? Like, if
Right
instead
now?
of Rice, apart from Rice.
Personally, I know I've actually gotten heat for this, but I actually did mention that I would go for someone like Ndidi.
I don't know why
Leicester.
Ndidi's not being talked about. I think we could easily get him.
That's the thing, right? And I actually got into an argument with some fans on Twitter. Oh, he's not good enough, but he's gonna do. Give me someone who plays the John Obi Mikel role. Even I'll take that person, because with what we have currently, if we had prime John Obi Mikel, you would walk into this team, because everyone else as a lone DM is trash. Everyone is trash as a lone DM, unfortunately.
Maybe like Ruben Neves, maybe.
Yeah, for me,
It's more like a deep line playmaker.
For me,
yeah,
he's go for a player like Milinkovic-Savic of Lazio, because.
But is he not a box to box?
He's more of a box to box.
It's a
You
box.
guys just want like a destroyer kind of, like just somebody who sits like a Casemiro, or.
But if you bring in Milinkovic-Savic, Savic is gonna be doing the. See, you know what we did in midfield? Someone that can transition from that midfield to the attack and can shoot. All of you see those midfield that we have: Mason, Conor Gallagher, Jorginho, Kovacic. Not even all of them. None of them can shoot from the midfield. No, if you look at under Mourinho's era, we had Mikel, Essien, Lampard, Ballack. Those are ballers that can shoot from even Deco was there that can shoot from anywhere. In this team, we do not have it. No. All of them just carry the ball, get into the final third.
See,
do not.
We are so predictable as a team. I swear. See, I don't even need to have a master's degree to beat this Chelsea team. Nah, it's too easy. All I need to do is just block Jorginho and Kovacic or whoever the double pivot is. Just block those guys.
Thank you.
I'll block them with 4 players.
Thank you.
So there are 5. I'll block with 4, and my remaining 6 players, I'm going to make sure that I set you guys up to make sure you don't get to any of your wing backs. That's Chelsea solved.
That's what I'm scared about.
That's it. That is Chelsea solved right there. Make sure you don't get to your wing backs. Block the crap out of Jorginho and the double pivot and whoever is back. Don't let them actually move the ball up. That's it. They know that we'll keep recycling the ball, and we just keep recycling the ball between those 5 players. Keep recycling the ball at the back. We don't have the ability to actually transition from defense to midfield to attack with 1 player or with a couple of players, dropping in and making combination plays. We don't have those kind of players. And let's just be clear about this Gallagher, Mount, all these young academic players. Man, we need to look past these guys, man. Football has changed. I'm sorry, but man, we need to go get real ballers. I think there's so much going to Chelsea right now. You see that interview that Lukaku, someone actually told me this. You see that interview Lukaku did in the winter. That interview was not just, it painted a bad picture about Chelsea to a lot of players. And I think I won't be surprised that, and also we've lost Roman, is affecting players from joining Chelsea. We're in a big trouble right now. Like, we can't even attract the kind of players we want to solve our issues. That's the biggest issue right now.
I feel like Rafinha is a bigger miss than Koundé.
I don't care. I don't care whether it's Rafinha. I don't care if it's Koundé. No big player wants to come to Chelsea right now. It's a big issue.
I think the board should take some of the blame as well, because I think they made too many drastic decisions. Yes, you wanted certain figures like Marina gone, but I think they should have kept Cech, because Cech has, as an ex-footballer, right? Obviously,
they wanted to keep Cech, but the problem was Boli wanted to promote Tuchel to be, a decider in transaction and transfers, right?
And we're seeing how that's going right now with the
And
Kuman
as soon as,
negotiations.
yeah,
Now
as
we
soon
can
as,
see how that's going.
yeah, as soon as that happened, Czech felt like his role was no longer needed. Like, if you're going straight to the coach and you guys are talking about transfers, then what am I doing here? Yeah, I could do so. I could go play ice hockey with my time. I Czech like ice hockey. But the thing is, see,
Play the drum.
Chelsea is in their needs of about 4 players right now, and it's only 5.5 weeks. I'll count today and tomorrow after the window, but we have about 5 weeks to the end of this transfer window, and we need 4 players. Kunde is not sure. Kunde is not sure anymore. Kunde is gone. I think he's going to Barcelona. We needed another defender for sure. If we want to play back 4, we need a midfielder for sure.
Back 4, no chance. Not after us. What I watch. No.
No.
If he ain't got a DM,
if we don't have a DM,
no.
I'm not for the back 4.
No, it's not a DM issue. It's no. The problem is your number 8s, the 2 8s, whoever you're deploying. They're not coming back to cover.
But I mean, if you watch the game,
so you have 2 number 8s that cannot hold the ball, that cannot drive the ball, and that cannot cover. They cannot defend. There's a lot of gaps everywhere. All of a sudden, they are running, chasing air. That's what happened to Gallagher and Mount today. They were the 2 number 8s in front of Jorginho. They were all over shop. Jorginho was overwhelmed. There was nothing he could do. Only him. At some point, Arsenal just ran through our midfield every time they got the ball. If you're going to play 4-3-3, every team that plays 4-3-3 has a player that can hold the ball in that midfield and actually, or 2 players that can hold the ball in the midfield and actually drive up, or cause the opposition to open space for them to actually use get the guys in, play through the in between the lines. In our team in Chelsea, I know one guy that can do that is Loftus-Cheek, another guy maybe Kova. But apart from those 2, I don't see anybody that can actually play those number 8 roles very well. People say Mount is an 8. Sorry, Mount is not good enough. Same with Gallagher. They're not good enough. And people will come here and crucify me, but we've watched football today. We just watched what we watched today. There's nowhere to hide, man. There's nowhere to hide. It's very clear. You can put everything on Jorginho as much as you want, but even if you put Mikel in that midfield today, Mikel will struggle. It was 4 versus, at some point, it was 4 versus Jorginho, though. 4! They pressed him. There was nobody, there was no outlet, there was nobody opening for him. At some point, he was telling Gallagher, stretch, go to the left, go to the extreme left. I need you there. That's where I need you. That's where the space
is. And Tuchel have been playing table tennis or
yeah, and they're being to the theme park.
I won't lie for you guys,
it's time
right?
To play football, we play garbage.
No, I see a big problem. See, Chelsea is 4 weeks behind.
Tuchel will be gone before Christmas.
We are 4 weeks behind our preseason. We are 4 weeks behind our preseason, and the season starts in 2 weeks. That's a big problem right there. 4 weeks behind, we're not sharp at all. Look at Timo Werner. A ball that he's supposed to control with his left leg, he tried to control with the right leg. I learned that in primary 4. Primary 4. How dare you control that ball with your right leg on the bar line? Are you mad? On the left side. Man,
I have an honest question, though. Now that you brought up Werner.
My PE teacher will flog the crap out of you, and you'll never play football in that school again. I'm telling you.
I have a question.
Used to these things, man. It hurts me. Come on now. These are professional footballers. You're earning 290, and you're trying to control on the left side of the field. They give you a true ball, and you're trying to control with your right leg because you're right-legged. What happened to your left leg? Cut it off.
Yes, it talk. What else?
No, I just came here like, is Sage? Have you seen Sage?
What did he say?
yesterday he promised me that if Kunde doesn't go to Chelsea, he will do something to his skin.
Oh,
it bleach his skin.
Yeah.
oh man,
So
vibes, vibes.
have you seen him?
cartel.
This is terrible. This is terrible to watch.
No, but about Mount, I have a question. Like, what is this guy like? How is he a footballer? Like, he's so garbage. He's not good at
Mount,
anything.
No,
Mount
he's
is
not
the guy
garbage.
that you've
He's not
that
garbage.
we've singled on today. I'm surprised by that one.
I know it's
No,
not.
but
It's not
Dan-
just
Dan-
Mount.
no, it's
I'm not
not-
just
it's
talking
not
about
about
Mount.
that.
See,
I thought
I'm
of
not
all the players there, Mount looked good.
No, but
no,
then it's
no,
not. It's not
no,
that.
no.
Relatively-
What he tried
Chelsea
good.
fans, right? Chelsea fans always like tell me that he's world class.
Man, there's
So
no
when
talk
you are
about
yeah,
World
there's-
Cups
there's-
about
there's-
that boy.
there's-
Please,
there's-
let's call a spade, man. Today we saw it all over again. Like that guy cannot see what Junior Aziz is saying is true. He can't hold the ball. He cannot run with the ball. He loses the ball. It's in the indecision. How is that your number 10? How it does? Have you seen Kevin De Bruyne do that more than once or twice in 90 minutes? Bro, that is supposed to be our KDB. Who is our KDB in this team?
Zero. No one.
Then
No
why
one
are
even
you
comes
playing
close.
4-3-3? Why are you playing 4-3-3? Why? How can you play 4-3-3 when you don't have anybody that can hold the ball and actually push the ball, move the ball,
Oh my
forward?
God, guys! Tuchel just said this. If this is what Tuchel said, Tuchel, Mr. Man, you gotta bounce too.
Bring it up so we can read.
You have to bounce. So you're telling me, Tuchel, you're telling me this? You have to bounce also. You gotta go. Next year, you only have 1 year contract. And if Kia is not taking,
Did he say something like
bounce.
we controlled the game or something like that?
oh my God!
I hope he didn't use
What
that.
did he
This guy's
say?
keeping me silly.
No, I used to think that people who used to say that Tuchel is a crap manager were like waffling, but now I'm like getting a point, right? Because Wing always says that this guy is good at defense, but he has absolutely zero idea how to attack. Because
No.
at PSG he had like Neymar and Mbappe, so you just need to give the ball to them and they will do something. But when you don't have like world class attackers, you need to like tell them where to be, what to do, and this guy has zero clue, absolutely zero clue.
I tried to tell
No,
you.
but your name is Casey, right?
Listens to me.
Casey, you cannot tell me Tuchel was responsible for Werner trying to control the ball with his right leg on the left flank.
No, but it's not just that. Okay, that's just one moment. Everyone has
No,
like
no,
bad moments in the
it's
game.
not just one. It's not. Werner miscontrolled the ball 4 times today. 4.
I get that. I get that. But bro, when you
At
watch
some
City, when you
point, I
watch,
was like, dude,
But
you're too nice, yo.
Emmy, wouldn't the point be why is Werner on the left to begin with?
Why is he on the left? He's an inside forward, right?
Play him on the right.
But he's
and
right.
put Sterling and put Sterling on the left.
No, wait. I hear that, right? But Werner is an inside forward who plays with his right leg, right? He wants to cut in on his right leg and shoot. He cannot dribble. You know Werner cannot dribble. He cannot dribble to save his life.
yeah, that's all right. But even
That's
when
why
you're
he
like,
shouldn't be playing wide.
no, Daniel, hold on.
Wow. Did he just openly
minute,
put out the players
okay.
in public?
Go up.
We're still having
Go
the
up.
same issues because we still have the same players. Damn.
That's true.
But the thing is, that's tricky because you might lose the dressing room because of that. We saw
Oh,
that
wow.
under Frank.
No.
What are the quotes?
See,
What are the quotes?
See, at this
the beginning
point,
to the
let
end?
me tell you, at this point, the players need to know who is boss. You cannot play that crap for Pep or Klopp and think they will not put you under the boss. They'll put you under the trailer, under the 14-wheeler, bro. He didn't even say anything here. He's just saying the fact.
No, Emmy, hold on.
And I agree with that.
Hold on, Emmy, hold on. I can guarantee you that Werner is like at the same level as of Jota and Nunes when it comes to playing football. But I can guarantee you that both Jota and Nunes will score 15 plus goals next season.
No, he's worse.
Stop,
Listen,
No.
Timo is not a footballer, Casey. Timo is not a
Is
footballer.
Nunes a footballer? Is Nunes a footballer?
Did you just compare Werner with Jota?
Have
Jota?
you seen Jota? Have you seen him?
No, stop.
Have you seen his first touch? Have you seen his passing?
Jota is
Yeah,
a better
Jota's passing is
footballer by
horrible.
far.
You can ask Liverpool fans. They always say like that. There's a reason.
Oh,
like
that's Liverpool fans. People that don't watch football, man. Jota is a killer in the box. The guy's a prey. Anything he sees in the box, he's scoring. No, you can't compare.
But I'm saying that his overall game is bad. That's what I'm telling you. Like his
his overall game ain't that good.
Hey, well, I don't know, but Jota scores you 10, 15 goals. Easy.
But serious question though, if we were keeping Werner for next season,
no, we're not keeping Werner. Werner is gone. His body language today, I could tell that he was gone. He was
because I'm hoping that he's gone. But if we keep him, and I know this is a controversial topic, and people say they don't want Ronaldo, whilst we have Werner.
No, we can't have Ronaldo because.
But the thing is, he's gonna. You give him 1 or 2 chances, he's going to bury it.
Our problem is not.
I don't want to get this Ronaldo thing.
Our problem is our ability to transition the ball from midfield to attack and actually overrun our opposition. Our problem is not getting the ball. See, our problem is just that midfield to attack is disjointed, though. It's disjointed. There's nobody connecting those lines. That's the problem.
But who's clinical in this team, Emmy? Who's clinical? Who can actually finish chances, like half decent chances, like we saw today with Jesus?
Yeah,
you give him a half decent chance, he's going to finish it. And please don't say half. It's please
no. None of those guys are clinical. But do you know what I believe? If we get that midfielder or that person that can actually connect consistently and sustainably between midfield and attack, these guys will start to cook. Somehow, if that guy keeps providing them, somehow they'll have to start taking the chances.
I put the link of all the
problem, Sergeant, that we have is there is nobody consistently serving these guys.
So I think. I think then you guys should go for De Jong. Then he can do that.
I like De Jong, but Chelsea and Barcelona at this point, they both.
We'll sell you.
We'll sell you. We'll sell him. It has everything.
We'll sell him. 90 million. And we'll sell him.
3 at the back. You need to have 3 in the back. If you don't, it's not worth playing 3 in the back. Given that Khalidu was ready for only 25 minutes today, and who was available, we tried to play 4-4-2. I think it was not a structure problem, it was behavior in the structure. That's much more important. We need to be more lively and aggressive. The level of commitment was simply not enough. It's not a moment to destroy my group because they are very nice and hardworking. But for today, this is the honest analysis of the game. It's not worth talking around this. Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
And that's true. There's no he didn't do ifs or buts. He said it right there. There was no intensity in our game. We lacked the Arsenal wanted the game more. We're second to all the balls. We're in our 50-50s, we're losing almost all the 50-50s. In fact, nobody was winning any 50-50.
Yeah, now that he's been chasing 3 defenders since the start of the start of the window. In the back of his mind, I knew for a fact that he wasn't thinking of switching the formation, because I know he did mention that he might try to switch the formation this coming season, towards the end of last season. He mentioned in one of his press conferences when the question was brought up to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't see him
switching. We can't switch the system because we don't have the personnel.
That's another thing. We don't have the required personnel for it. Because if you look at Pep's first season, he struggled a lot, and that's when he was switching formations a lot. He sometimes would play 4-4-2, sometimes 4-2-3-1, but he wanted to predominantly play 4-3-3. Then he literally shipped out every single play and kept by a few.
You see what he said? Given our games today, we should not mention Liverpool or Man City in front of us. We got absolutely beaten by a team that would not be playing Champions League football and is far ahead of us. Very, very honest and very true. Concerned about goal scoring. We scored only, how many goals did we score in this preseason? 3 goals in 3 matches. For sure, in the first half, it was hard to play the opponent's half in the second half, where we dominated the game. What's wrong, Abdullah? You okay?
The team I don't want to lose to is Arsenal. But no. See, I think
this is a fair assessment of the game. What do you guys think?
Keep scrolling.
I can understand we lose games.
What?
But see, I can understand we lose games. But the level of intensity where we play, is sickening. I was watching them and I was shaking my head. What is going on here? No leadership, no control. Everything is just ping pong. I was like,
we played into Arsenal. We played into Arsenal's hands, and everybody now knows how to beat us. Press us with 4. Once you press us with 4, you destroy that structure in front of between our back 3 and our double pivot. And once that happens,
talk.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah, and I've seen that happen to us a lot of times in this second half of the season, and even today.
A lot of the goals were just stupid plays, though. So
yes,
goals.
Yeah.
People
the first one was
Chalobah is better than Koundé.
Chalobah is not better than Koundé.
Chalobah made a mistake for the first goal,
and for the second goal,
and he did.
Chalobah, let's be real. Chalobah's not good enough for Chelsea.
He's not good enough. But guys, if you recall, last game against your local team.
See, I think it's time for us to stop being sentimental about these academy guys, right? We understand they came through the academy, but it's time to actually say the truth. Are these guys good enough for Chelsea Football Club?
The only player I can confidently say is actually good enough is Reece James.
I have a question about Reece James, though. Do you guys think he's good enough in a back 4? Because like every time in a back 4, he looks a bit suspect.
There's been
Reece James was awful today. Who is praising Reece James?
There's not enough evidence.
I think
who is talking about Reece James?
Yeah, that's why I'm just asking. Like in at least in back 3,
I think in a back 4,
he hasn't been
terrible today.
He hasn't played enough matches in the back 4 for anybody to have an actual.
Yeah, I agree with you, Daniel. That back 4, the first half of this game in the back 4, everybody was suspect. Like you could tell.
Chalobah made a mistake, but also Silva. I thought
Emerson
didn't read the thing.
My question is, what is in Tuchel's brain?
Well, let's be honest. Like
what is it?
let's be honest.
The second goal was a mistake by Mendy.
I'm trying to think right now. I haven't found a solution to it right now. What is in his brain that you have Pulisic who can dribble, although you can bet player, and you are playing Timo Werner.
I don't understand.
Which Odoi is Abdullah talking about?
I understand Odoi is not good enough. Wait. Kick back. I understand Odoi is not good enough. But you can't tell me Pulisic can dribble and you are playing Timo Werner. Why?
They played
Pulisic will not even put in work at all.
He was poor too.
I know he was poor.
Are you understand what's going on? We have our whole front attackers are all poor.
They're all trash. They're trash.
They're all not good enough. You have to say the truth. It's okay. It's okay to say the truth. I think they're all poor. And the bad thing is that all of them always go out of form at the same time.
Then then there's something deeper. If they all go out of form at the same time, then it's not them.
Then
it's the system that they play in.
I think it's the system. You see, this is one thing I want to figure out.
But today they play 4-3-3.
Think about it, Emmy.
Right?
If everyone plays well at the same time, and then everyone plays poorly at the same time, there must be something in the system or the opponent that's dictating why they look good and why they don't.
It's not just that. Yeah, it's not just that. If you look at Tuchel, right?
They asked Tuchel a question. He said we have a lot of players who are thinking about leaving and are looking at options. I think that's obvious. Whether an urgent appeal.
This guy an excuse, man. This guy an excuse, man.
Can you keep scrolling down on this thing? Like, are there more quotes?
This guy an excuse, man. This guy loves excuses, man. Guy doesn't have the balls. What is this?
The quality players and odd amount of quality players. We got 2 quality players, no doubt, but we are not competitive like this, and you could see that today.
Oh yeah,
I saw a team in Arsenal who are mentally committed to a level of enthusiasm that we could not match physically, mentally, because we have a lot of players who are thinking about leaving and looking at other options. I think that's
wow.
Damn.
Wow.
So who are these number of players?
I can mention
There's
them.
a lot of them anyway.
A lot of them.
Alonso,
Aspi,
Aspi,
Alonso, Werner.
Marcus
Werner,
Mugabe,
Hakim Ziyech.
Get the heck out of my club, man. Just get out.
And there's a lot of players, man. We're
Yeah,
talking
no,
about like 12 players, man.
I won't lie to you guys, I know how this might sound, but I heard Chelsea's asking for 26 million euros for both Alonso and Aspi.
Yeah, we are not paying that. We are not paying
That's
that.
insane. What?
And then Baka, and they give Baka the condition that Baka must pay cash. So the thing is, Baka does not have cash, right? They're paying based on future revenue. That's revenue that they're going to earn later. It's just gonna this is gonna drag on. The more it drags on, I think it causes more distraction in that dressing room.
This is my problem. Like, why did Todd Bowley think it was smart to let go of Marina just within a week?
Yeah,
why did he think?
But everybody celebrated.
No. What I'm saying is like he didn't have any plan of getting a director of football. Did he think he was going to just walk into Chelsea and become the scout
and start getting deals?
I don't understand.
And I know these deals, right? These deals are done based on relationships, right? You know, and those relationships are not things that you build overnight. Especially if you don't forget, Todd Bowley is an American, right? The Europeans, the way they look at Americans, different though. And then imagine you don't know anything about the sport. Maybe he does. Maybe he has a couple of people that he consults with. But guess what? It's not your field. It's not your field. This is a different ass field. And then all of a sudden you want to start pulling top European players to Chelsea.
No, this is just it's common here in America, right? In at least from these New York types, they are super arrogant. They think that they run the world. And when I saw like Todd Bowley, right, I know these kind of guys. They just have a lot of arrogance and they actually know nothing about anything. They're in the end, they're gamblers, just very good gamblers. These hedge fund guys.
And hence why I mentioned that they should have left at least Czech until the end of the transfer window.
Yeah,
but this issue of giving Tuchel, letting him be a coach / director of football
manager
during preseason, it's not going to work. Because now you can see how stressful it is, not just on him, but the ownership as well, because they're now struggling to get deals over the line. Czech would have been that person who's going to bridge the gap between the new ownership and whether it's other clubs or agents. Because like you mentioned,
those days, anybody that Roman wants, he gets. Like, I know Chelsea fans will be so spoiled, but Barcelona had nothing on us. There was no.
Yeah, because we had a clear structure. That's the thing. Right now, our structure is all over the place.
No, but hold on, no. When did Barca and Chelsea go for the same target? Because Barca, Bayern, and Real. 8 times out of 10, we will get our targets because we are just
not prime Roman though. Not prime Roman.
Who did you get under Roman?
Who did we get under Roman from us? In 2004, we signed 9 players. 9 top players. We won the league.
But we didn't want any of them.
We got to the semi-final of the Champions League.
Yeah, but we didn't want any of them. We just wanted.
You're talking about two different things. I don't think we ever went for the same player head to head during the Roman era. But
are you sure?
we were more decisive and more ruthless.
I think you tried.
I'll think of one. Don't worry. Just let's keep talking.
You guys actually tried for Neymar also, and he always had like Barca in his mind because of Messi.
No, Neymar is a South American. South Americans always want to play with Barcelona.
Guys, let's just go back to the football, man. See, I just guys, you can't tell me that Arsenal backline is better than Chelsea's backline. You can't tell me
they are currently.
They are not. They are not.
Yeah.
No, but they are.
Zinchenko, wait, that's one thing about Chelsea fans. You need to tell yourself the truth. You have Zinchenko. They had what's his name, Gabriel. They had the guy they bought from Brighton. What's his name? Is he White?
Ben White, yeah.
Ben White, and then they had who played right back for them today?
Cedric.
Was it Cedric? Yeah, that's their starting back.
Oh wait, they used Saliba today, right? I think they played the back 3.
They played the back 4.
No, they played 4.
They played 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, 4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1. Shaka and Partey sat in front of the back 4, and then they played with Martinelli, Shaka, Gabriel, and Odegaard. Yeah, that was their starting.
Go ahead. You want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, let Abdul go.
Yeah. Big up, everyone. Can you hear me?
Abdul, we can hear you.
We can hear you, Abdul. Don't worry. Your mic is clear.
Let me mute
Go.
my mic because I know what you want to talk about. So let me mute my mic.
Okay. So, there's a few points I quickly want to summarize. The first thing is, to me personally, either club level or international level, a friendly is a friendly to me, and I don't really care in terms of the outcome of the result. But there's a few points that are made obvious from the game I saw tonight. Number one is it looked to me like we're a team that was it. It looked to me like I was watching two teams where one of the team was ahead in terms of their preparation, i.e., it looked like Chelsea were 1 or 2 weeks behind in their preparation. So I don't know why, but Arsenal looked a bit stronger, more determined, and in terms of their shape was a bit more solid, the way they kept their shape. So it looks like, when you're watching two teams and maybe one team has been maybe into preseason a week or two ahead of the other team for whatever reason. If that's the case, that's not really good news because that's what happened to us in the 2015-16 season. I think Mourinho gave them extra days of holiday for them to return into preseason, and that affected us because I think they said the league is starting in about 2 weeks' time or so. So that's really dangerous, really, on one hand. Another thing is for sure. I mean, this keeps highlighting itself to me every time. For sure, it just tells me we cannot play a back four with this team. And I think the reason we cannot play back four is we don't have a dominating midfield. Our midfield players are a little bit fragile, so they cannot really dominate the opposing team. So I think we have to keep the pressure off them. I think we have to continuously play a back three, or to protect ourselves, we have to continuously play a back three, except something radical happens in our transfer. And then the third thing I wanted to say was I've said it on the stream a few times, and I think there was a time we're discussing it over maybe 2 or 3. Sorry, 2 seconds. I just noticed something. I just noticed my music is still playing in the background. Sorry. I think we had that discussion, or we had the chat a few streams, a few streams anyway, where I was emphasizing, I can't remember which guy, but one of the guys was highly opposing what I was saying then, to the point of almost disrespect, where I was saying, going into this new era, shouldn't we put shouldn't we assess Thomas Tuchel as a manager that can take us into this new era? And I said once then, I don't believe Thomas Tuchel is a dominating manager or coach. And I don't think he's that obsessed about winning at this very high level. And some person, I can't remember, was saying, oh, so who am I going to suggest? Who do I want to come along? Or who do I think Chelsea should hire? Yada, yada, yada. So I think he's just making it obvious now that I don't really think this guy is our guy going into the new era. If we want to dominate in the next few seasons. So I think we might have to reevaluate his position. And the thing is, I don't think he might have another opportunity like this, where the owner wants to be working directly with him in acquiring new players. So he has to brace up, and he has to, sit tight and make the most of the opportunity. Because once you start getting things into place and you start bringing in new bureaucracy, director of football, that just add more to me. That's just extra layer of what a football club don't need, because that's what made us end up with players like Danny Drinkwater, Ross Barclays, and things like that. Creating some kind of bloated squad. Now we don't know what to do with a lot of our players. So I think Tuchel has to sit up really. And going back to what we've said, or what we used to say on the stream, to me, I did mention, like, I think we need like minimum 5 new players, 5 new top players, class players, because I don't think the ones we have now are good enough. And as somebody said earlier on, I think Amy, sorry, that we have to get less sentimental. I don't see Man City getting as sentimental as we do. We need this academy player, we need that academy player, and things like that. No, I think we want to build a team that can dominate or compete with the top teams in the league and in Europe. So I think we need 5 players, and we've only got 2, in my own opinion. We've got Koulibaly, who looks quite solid today, despite he played just a few minutes. And we all know what Raheem Sterling can do, and Raheem Sterling can not do everything. But I still think we need 3 other players. I wouldn't break a sweat over Conde, because I think the season before we won the Champions League, I thought Conde was really, top class. But my opinion about him has kind of shifted, and I don't really think he's that good. So if Barcelona wants to go and waste the money they don't have on Conde, I'll be gladly happy. I'll look for another defender, in my own opinion. So I don't think we should actually break sweat about that. But we need to refresh our midfield. We need somebody who can give competition to Jorginho, Kovacic, and Kante. Somebody who can put one of those 3 on the bench, not just in numbers. And in as much as Gallagher has the potential and is a promising kid, he's just shown tonight that things are on a different level when you play for Chelsea. So maybe it's not his time yet, or maybe he can just be a squad player. But we need to refresh that department. We need to refresh. We need to bring in another winger. We need to bring in, to me, we need a cover for the wing back. And
I'll do this for you. The question is for you. This question is for you.
Yeah, who is your guy to bring in? Let's just say Chelsea ask you to bring in a manager of your choice. Well, that's what that person was asking me. But look, the thing is, sometimes when people argue, they actually focus too much on the answer. So the answer is, so who do you want to bring in? But, let's pay a bit of attention on the subject, really, which is this current one, because that's the reality. The current one, is it good enough to carry us to dominate? That's what we should focus on, rather than trying to look for the answer sometimes. I mean, Chelsea can bring in any person they want to bring in. It's just a matter of negotiation. So all these, so who will you bring in, whatever. Of course, I don't know who's available. I don't know the terms and conditions of people's contract. So I can't really say go get him or go get that. But if you're talking about a winning manager, we all know who the winning managers are. So we kind of know the prototype of the kind of managers we need. There's no doubt of Pep Guardiola's ability. There's no doubt about, Antonio Conte's credentials. So they're all out there. So I don't know who to bring in next, because I don't know the terms and conditions. But that's just the answer. We should focus more on the subject. Where was I again?
Yeah.
Abdul, you said something. I just wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said something about that this team cannot play back four, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Is it because of the individual profiles, you think, or because of the way our coach sets up?
I think it's the profile because I've noticed it since Lampard that anytime we play a back four, we're always very unstable.
Or
Like
do you
we
do you
find it
think it's because
difficult.
we yeah, do you think it's because we do not have a defensive midfielder, like a dominant defensive midfielder? Do you think that's why?
We have a defensive midfielder, but we don't have a defensive midfielder who can dominate.
That's what I'm
And
saying. That's why I said dominant one.
yeah, but the thing is, if you play a back four, you're most likely going to play three midfielders. So if you play three midfielders, you will need more than one that can dominate. You know what I mean? So if you think about our midfield when we used to have Frank Lampard, Michael Essien, Mikel, Balak, and Makelele, you could tell those guys they can control the game. You know what I mean? But if you look at the 2013, 2014, is it? Okay, sorry, 2012, 2013, after we won the Champions League, that midfield could not dominate. So that's why you could see that team, we couldn't put together a run of wins. We couldn't go like 5 wins. You know what I mean? Because we only had, I think we only had we had Mikel, we had Frank Lampard, we had a few, but we couldn't dominate. The midfield was a bit fragile in a way. And then Mourinho came and then he stabilized it by bringing in Matic in January. So that made the midfield quite solid. So it's not easy to play a back four with three midfielders if you cannot control games. It's not that you wouldn't be able to win games or you wouldn't be able to perform, but you cannot do what is required in the Premier League, where you can just go like 8 games without losing, or you can go 8 games winning 8 games in a row. It's difficult to do because of the nature of the league itself.
Because
So
the
that is
reason
why.
why
So that's why I say, from what I can see, we're always very shaky playing a back four. So because the reason why you go a back three, number one, is to be defensively solid. But at the same time, you have to put players in front of them who will protect them to some extent. But even though if they're exposed, then at least it's three central defenders, so they can actually support each other a bit better. But if you just have players running running towards two central defenders and the midfield is weak, then the pressure is too much, in my own opinion. I don't
so
have any.
okay, so are you saying the whole midfield is weak, or we just need one bad guy? We just need a Mikel. We just need a Matic. We just need one person who's going to receive first and beat the first press. We have a problem with the first press. That's like, in my opinion, the defense. If we're playing the flat back four, I think we're good.
No, so the thing is, if you play a back four, and that means you're going to play three midfield. Okay, so if you have three midfielders, so what it means is the engine of your team would be the midfield. So it's not just having one midfielder that is solid and able to control. What that means is you need a team of midfielders for that team. So you will need maybe like 5 solid midfielders, and 3 of them will be starting regularly because the engine of the team is the midfield. Because you only have 2 center halves.
And then also let me just add real quick to what you're saying, Abdul, which makes what you're saying is spot on. But you also have to have the right profile of center backs to play back four. Today, I will be very clear. Chaloba is not good in a back four because He lost.
Koulibaly was only our best central back.
He lost sense of space and time. Like
he does that a lot. He does that a lot.
He didn't even know where he was.
I don't think he has the composure to actually play in a back four. I think the back three kind of protects him.
Yes.
He doesn't have both. If you look at Man City's centre backs, they're actually good on the ball. Like even their keeper is spot on the ball. But Trevor is a bit shaky.
Yeah, today I was watching the game before us as the Man City versus Bayern. If you see how Man City plays through tight spaces, you'll be like, bro, who's training you guys? Like, they just know where they all are. They're in a set of 5, and they touch the ball, they get into spaces. The opposition can't even keep up with the speed of the pass.
Like Emmy, like what that
you don't do that. You don't have the players to do that, and that's a fact.
Sorry, Amy, but the thing I want people to take note of is there's a difference between a back four and a back four. That's what I've just recently realized. You see, the Italian back four, when some Italian teams, I can't remember which team in particular, but they were playing a back four, but they were playing a back four the way we play a back three, where they were always very close together, like the way you see our back three play. So they played a back four.
That's the typical Italian back four.
Exactly. So
it's
they were closer together. They were closer together. But then if you look at maybe the Spanish back four, they actually play across the field. Correct. So when the fullbacks go forward, you see the defensive midfielder go a bit backwards. So there's still a difference between a back four and a back four. Depends on how you coach it. So it's not only the back four that it's just the solution. But I've been saying it for a long time. This team, I don't think can play a back four. And
we don't have
Tuchel knows himself that they cannot play back.
Abdu, I actually have a question for you. Because you mentioned, yes, I agree with that. We cannot play back four right now. Down 1 first due to the coaching plus the personnel that we have. But now that you mentioned that we don't have a DM, because you mentioned that when Mourinho came, that's when he brought in Matic. So do you think, because looking at the profile of the players that we have that are capable of playing as number 6, the number 6 role, do you think we need an actual destroyer like a Declan Rice type of player, or the target that Tuchel wants, who's Frankie? Frankie is a number 6 / a Jorginho type of player. What do you think is the best solution for this team? Because I feel if we get a Frankie de Jong type of player, that it's still going to be determined by the players that are playing in front of him. Because, like you mentioned, if we lose the ball in transition, is he good enough to be a destroyer, to break down plays, to break down attacks in the Premier League? Or are we going to go for a Declan Rice type of player, a person who's going just to show the back four, and then we'll look at the type of players, the creative players to put in front of him as the 2 shuttlers playing the number 8 roles? What do you think the solution should be? Going forward.
Let me allow Abdul, because I think I know the answer already. But go ahead.
The thing is, I don't know, maybe I'll divide opinion here, but Declan Rice cannot really improve this midfield.
Exactly.
Because the thing is, we have 3 midfielders. When I say 3 midfielders, I mean the main ones, the starting ones. We have 3 midfielders. If you look at them, their profile is almost the same.
Right?
Exactly. In terms of their athleticism, right? So just throwing one in there will not really make a difference. So it's either, if you're going to get only one, you either get one who is at their level, but they're all the same, and then keep the 3 we have, or you remove 2 from the 3 we have, or you replace minimum 2 of them with a Declan Rice kind of midfielders. So getting one Declan Rice doesn't make much difference because it doesn't change the profile of our midfield, right? So if you want to get a Declan Rice, then you have to get 2 midfield types of a Declan Rice. then you replace, or maybe you keep, you replace. You either replace two of them with the from the three we have, or you keep the three and then add two of that kind of Declan Rice kind of player. But just putting a Declan Rice there, it wouldn't make any much difference, because Declan Rice doesn't have. If the three we have now are on their game, they are still better than Declan Rice. The three of them, apart from maybe
Right.
Declan Rice is more physical than them. So that would not really change our midfield, the character of our midfield.
Right.
Let me-
Yeah, because
let
I
me-
was seeing
let me-
I
let me
was seeing
also
some
add-
argument
let
on
me
Twitter,
also
people
add to
saying that
that.
if we had like a Declan Rice type of player and we had
No,
Mountain
Declan Rice-
Kovacic ahead of him,
Declan Rice does
I was
not
just like,
solve-
that's gonna make us solid at the back, but we have
No,
no
it doesn't make us
creativity.
It doesn't make us anything, Sergeant. The problem this Chelsea team has is when we win the ball, we don't transition very well from the midfield. And opposition knows that. They already know that. Guess what? They don't have that person that can actually drive with the ball, create, dribble, make one or two passes, create space, take a shot. We don't have that kind of player from midfield. They know we're always going to go through our wing backs or our wingers. And guess what they do? They just block the ability for us to actually get the ball there, and we're solved. What we need as a team, we actually need what we have currently. I like to start with what we have. We have three specialists in the same thing. You have Kovacic, you have Jorginho, you have Kante. Something they're very good at. They are better on the defensive part of the game than on the offensive part of the game, right? You don't need to play you don't need to play two or three of them, right? Unless you want to play a counter-attacking system. We need at least two solid box-to-box midfielders that have the ability to variate their skill sets once we meet a team that is actually either pressing us or a team that's actually, in that mid-block system. What we don't have those characteristics. We don't have a Gundogan kind of player. We don't have a Kevin De Bruyne kind of player.
Right.
Those two characteristics is what we need in our team. We don't. Those don't fall under what Declan Rice is.
Which is to my
We
I'm sorry to say
have
as well.
Kante, Jorginho, and Kovac. Those three guys, all those three guys cannot start in a club team or in a pep team. Only one of them will start.
Yeah, because that link between between the defense and the attack, since Fabregas left, we haven't really had a player who can actually drop deep, collect the ball, and then. Yeah, go ahead.
No, so someone is saying I got it wrong that this team cannot play a counter-attacking. No, we can't play counter-attacking system because in transition we don't make the right decisions. We don't have the right forward players or even the midfielder that can actually make the right forward passes at the right time. Most times, by the time our midfielders actually look up, our forward players are already offside. It's constant. It's a disjointed team. We just need to say it how it is. This is a totally disjointed team.
Emmy, the thing is, you said, what did you say? You said we don't have players who can make the right decision.
Correct. Who make the right decisions at the right time?
No. I actually disagree with you there.
How?
No.
When last did we score a goal in transition, Abdul?
No.
When last?
Hold on. To me, Jorginho and Kovacic are very good at making the right decision when they're on.
But do you know what the problem is? They're not fast enough. They're not fast enough to actually carry the ball to where it will hurt the opponent.
No. The thing is with those three players is we've relied on them for the past 3-4 seasons. And what I said initially is they need a refresher. So we need a player who will be at their level, but maybe has not accumulated the same number of games. So maybe he's like 25 years old, 24 years old at that level, who can actually, by his own ability, any of those three players can put them on the bench. So it's not
And there are players like that in the market. There's this guy called Nunes, the Nunes guy in
Sporting Lisbon. Sporting
But
Lisbon.
guess what? Wait, let me just say something. Guess what? Our proper Chelsea fans were comparing the guy to Gallagher. Oh, we have Gallagher, we have this person, we have this academy player. Why are we buying Nunes? Nunes is going to block the path of blah blah blah. Man, dude.
This is why last season's window. This is why last season's transfer window makes me upset, because we decided to go for a person like Saul.
Can we just stop and just get our heads right? See, the academy players don't really have to transition to the first team.
Yeah,
they could be cash cows for us. We could sell them and make money and buy the right players that we need.
all of them. See,
to academic
in this team
players.
right now, the only thing I say okay is only improve in terms of is RJ, and that's only him.
The reason Reece James is not, to me, he hasn't improved. To me, he has not improved. The reason why I said
he does some things differently, because I've watched him recently. I've seen that Reece James now tries to beat his man, because that was what Tuchel is pushing him to do.
Does he try to beat his man? I don't think so. Because
I see. Today there was one time normal Reece James would have passed back, but today,
he always passes back. Though.
No. Today he didn't pass back. Today he tried to move the ball forward.
This is what he should be doing naturally.
Another problem, and Abdul, let me also say this, right? Another problem why we cannot play far at the back is we don't have those players that make those runs in between the lines and then also confuse or draw out the opposition from their defensive shape.
I think Raheem Sterling can do that.
But Raheem Sterling is not enough. You see, you guys, you need at least 5 difference makers in this team. We only have 1 or 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I was saying about midfielders, at least we need 2. I'm telling you. See, if I were Tuchel, at least we need 2. We need one who is the DM, who is the dominant, the strong guy. It will be like the Kante's replacement. You understand? It will be the ones to receive the ball from the defenders. Whom even if you press him, you are just wasting your time. He's intelligent. He knows how to pass the ball, and he's not the guy you can shrug off the ball. You know, he can escape he can evade press. If you have one and you have another one who can actually work, who can put in work, who can win the ball back, who can defend at the same time. If you have 2 of them, then we can talk. But if we leave ourselves with this Jorginho, Kovacic, and the rest of it,
that's why I'm actually pushing for Chelsea to go buy Milinkovic-Savic. Because Milinkovic-Savic and Kovacic will complement each other in that midfield. They will know when to drop and who goes forward, which most times Milinkovic-Savic will go forward and Kovacic will actually maintain the ability to beat that press. I'm fine Milinkovic-Savic in the space. Milinkovic-Savic has the strength and the ability to dribble his man and actually drive the ball or shoot. By the time we do that 3 times, the opposition will not have a choice but to free marking our wings, who are our stronghold, and actually start concentrating in the middle guys. Because guess what? They know that we now have 2 players in the midfield that can combine with each other, drive the ball forward, and actually shoot a goal. That's all we need. As soon as we do that like 2-3 times, because right now it's easy to solve us. They know our central midfielders don't have the ability to move the ball forward and beat in between the lines. We cannot do that. We just pass our way.
Struggle to play through a press.
The only way we can go forward is we pass the ball, very fast, sideways until we see the space, and then we try to, get on there.
This guy here.
What's that?
Milinkovic-Savic.
Oh no, this guy is the truth. This is the guy we need to go by, bro.
Yeah,
if
but we don't players who can play through a press
If
very
we get
efficiently.
if we get this guy, we've solved 75% of our problems in the team. The remaining is just getting someone in that final third that has the ability to now dribble on the right side or around the box. Bro, this guy is the truth. They said 80 million.
80 million,
I'll pay that 80 million and I'll let it go because he's young and he has the ability to actually make a difference.
And then you know the advantage we have about Savage. Our former player is his agent. That's the advantage we have.
Mattia Kazman, right?
Yes, man.
And guess what? You know, another thing we don't have in midfield is that physical strength. This guy is strong.
He's strong.
And he's tall. He's
bro. See, I know we are talking of Savage now. It's only him will not solve this. This problem is bigger than Savage.
No.
This problem is bigger than Savage.
If you drop this guy in that midfield, bro. If you drop this guy in that midfield, he gives us another option to actually carry the ball forward. What is happening now? Before you go up the line, what's happening now is for us to vertically move the ball to the final third, we need to get one of our wingers to drop into the midfield to be an option or an outlet to move the ball forward. That makes us lose a man. And guess what? When we lose that man, guess who goes there? We have Alonso going up there. Alonso does not have any speed. He cannot dribble past the man. These issues are just very, very clear. Very clear.
Very clear. And glaring. Very
glaring. It's so easy to beat Chelsea.
But because King Black, if you look at Savage complements everything I want in the midfielder because it's physical, he can pass, he can shoot, and if you require him to play as a DM, he can slot in. And this is what Chelsea Football Club needs: someone that can transition from that midfield to the attack. That's where Tuchel can be able to say, okay, let me see if I can try a back four with this kind of cover player. Because in PSG, I keep reminding people, when he came in, Tuchel said, when he came into PSG, he said he had the player he wanted in terms of the attack. He literally took Marquinhos from the defense. He pulled him out and played as a central DM. Marquinhos is not a DM. He's a ball-playing central back. But he has Kipembe and Thiago Silva beside him. And he has Marquinhos. So when opposition attack PSG, Marquinhos go back to form a back five. So it's difficult for you to kind of beat them. If you have Savage can literally just slot back and I beat that pivotal central back. I'm like, okay, I get this. Don't worry. This is on me. I'll do this job. But we don't have it. I look at Chelsea players today. All of them, no confidence, no nothing. They're down tools.
Guys, I said this earlier. I think it was on Twitter space. I was like, our training, see, as I am now, my weight is around I think I weigh 100 kg. I weigh like Lukaku's weight, right? I can join the Chelsea training routine without gassing out. They don't train. If you go and watch, Manchester City training, I usually would love to watch these things sometimes. I just love it, You know how they work. You know you are going to gas out in 10 minutes.
Yeah, but
you see, this is the reason why if we play them, their energy levels is just different. For Chelsea, we just juggle the ball around, and Thomas Tuchel is not doing nothing with it. But we are not fit. We are not fit.
Hold on.
It has nothing to do with technical ability. No, put in the work. Arsenal will not be able to receive the ball from us if we agree. We are not putting in work.
I also said this thing, and it's like
our training is poor.
I trust Tuchel as a manager, but my problem with Tuchel is, what are you doing actually in that training ground? Because you need to be drilling these guys. In Dortmund, in Mainz, in Paris Saint-Germain, Thomas Tuchel drilled. I see them drilling guys in the training. And when they play football in the PSG, my God in heaven, that football will be like, wow, is this Tuchel team playing? Because it knows exactly what he's doing. Tuchel is letting coach. I don't want to see. I'm getting pissed off. I don't want Tuchel in the transfer. Let this man actually coach. If this man coach, we will see better improvement in the pitch. But it's not coaching. He's doing like 5 things at a time. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let him coach. Give him let him just add this player. Let him coach in the training pitch. We'll see better improvement.
It's so sad, man. Our level is so low that Raheem Sterling walks into our attack and is looking like Honestly, I would not be able to say this 4 seasons ago that Raheem Sterling will join Chelsea and he'll be like one of those who'll be relying on in the attack. What?
Kinke, give me your take on the match. Kinke, unmute your mic.
The thing we all agree to is this team needs refreshers.
Yeah. Tuchel even knows. He said it. He knows. Tuchel knows because he said it. If you remember his post match, he said there are some players who their head is not even with Chelsea anymore. They want to leave. He knows. Aspi, Alonso, Timo Werner, they want to leave. All of them wants to leave. They want to go. But the problem we're having, Abdul, is Honda, Abramovich, and Ganaskия, we give these players high wages where team can never buy them except they reduce their wages.
No, Abdullah, my question is, why is Todd Boehly not hiring a sporting director or a sporting director yet? It's been taking too long.
But no, to hire a sporting director.
Okay, why can't he fire the scouting team? Because the scouting team has failed us in the last 5 seasons.
The scouting team is actually.
And so what are they doing right now? Because Tuchel obviously wants a right winger. He wants someone in the midfield. He wants defender, and now we're just waiting for his obvious the defender he worked with him at PSG and all that.
What's happening right now, King Black, is not as a result of we've not found who we want to buy. The problem that we're seeing now is we don't have the ability to actually attract or get players to actually sign for us.
King K, talk your talk.
I don't think we don't have the power to attract or something like that. Anyway, I think we just indecisive, and we are just looking for opportunity signings. So we are not like cut through. You understand? Like, I think the manager wants some certain type of players, but he's scared. He's naive. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's naive. He's not sure if the players will work or not. He's scared. He doesn't want to make the same Lukaku type of mistake, sign someone from foreign. That's why I believe he wanted Ake. He never liked Ake. He would rather have Kimpembe, but he knows PSG will never want to let Kimpembe leave. So the players we really need, it's so difficult to get them. And we don't have a scouting team to actually put like 10 different profiles of the same position type of players.
Vote for your feet, guys. I agree with what this guy said. Vote for your feet. If it was Roman and Roman was on the stand watching this match, my God in him. You see those players, they are in deep trouble. They are in deep trouble. Roman hate to lose. That's what you guys need to know. It doesn't like to lose.
What a goal from Rafinha, boys. Damn. Banga, man.
See the baller we missed out on, man.
What
I'm pained,
a goal
man.
from Rafinha.
I've not even seen the goal, but like,
God.
I don't want to see the goal, man. I don't want us to face Barcelona unless it's,
King.
We can't beat this Barcelona.
We can't.
What did you just say?
We can't face them. We can't. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
This is preseason.
Yeah, and this is Courtois. He beat Courtois from 30 yards. Damn. That's a special goal, man. That is a special goal. Damn.
But you know one thing, right? The one thing is, you know, the way things are structured in Chelsea now, Todd Boehly is actually liaising with Thomas Tuchel to look for players that we need to sign. So he's asking him directly, what player do you want or what player do you need, right? And he's going ahead to sign him or trying to sign them. You know, if this was Jose Mourinho, we would have signed all his players by now. You know why? Because the type of the type of player profiles Mourinho normally go for, they are the low profile ones, but the ones that are really hardworking, dedicated, committed, and they have the talent and ability, but they are most of the time low profile. So when he came to Chelsea, Abramovich was offering him, there's Shevchenko, there's this. It's like, no, go get me, what's his name? Drogba. Nobody, but then, should we get Steven Gerrard? No, go get me Michael Essien. You know, so he likes players that are low profile, but that have the ability. So I believe if we had him in Tuchel's shoes Now, he will have signed like 5 players.
Steven, turn off your mic so I'll be able to bring in.
Wait, let me remind guys, right? And this is a good point you brought up, right? That was a player we competed with Real Madrid for, Michael Essien. Actually, that when we bought Michael Essien, that was a statement signing. That was the next season after we won the league the first time. People were like, Chelsea cannot buy Michael Essien. Essien is going to Madrid. Remember the season before that, there was a guy that Madrid bought from Lyon because Essien then was in Lyon. A guy that they bought, I think it was what was his name now? It was this Malian guy.
Okay, Seydou Keita.
Lassana Diarra.
No, not Diarra. No. Mamadou Diarra. No, Mamadou.
It was Lassana Diarra.
No, it was not Lassana. No, Lassana Diarra is a small boy. No, I'm talking about the Bros. That's the guy I'm talking about. Mamadou Diarra. Something like. Yeah, it's Mamadou Diarra. That's his name. Yeah, he used to play for Lyon.
I know the guy you're talking about. He's a Malian guy. Yeah.
It was a big, tall black guy, and the guy came from Lyon. Madrid bought him to replace Cambiaso because Cambiaso they said it was useless, right? So they bought that guy, and when Olas, that's the Lyon chairman, replaced that guy with Essien, it was like, geez, who is this guy called Essien? Boom. Chelsea was linked to the guy. Madrid wanted to replace the guy they bought already. They were ready to go back and get Essien. Essien was a beast. Like in his prime, everybody wanted Essien. Everybody. Chelsea won the race to get Essien because we acted really fast, and that was when Roma was Roman, right?
All of this.
As soon as Mourinho recognized Essien, boom, we went for Essien in 2005. We didn't even look back. We paid Olas his money one time. Olas one of the hardest, negotiators in Europe. That's the owner of Lyon. We paid him one time. He was shocked. We got Essien. Everybody was shocked.
This is what I'm saying. It all boils down to two things. First of all, the director of football, the structure available at the club, the negotiator, who is going to contact the player that the coach wants, and number two is the temperament of a coach. If the club knows that this coach doesn't take nonsense, if I don't get it right, I might just resign myself. Someone like Conte. So Conte said I have to come in with Paratici. If you don't want, you cannot. I'm not hungry. I'm on vacation. If you want me, you better have me, and you're ready to spend 200 million. Immediately, he has told them, I have to come with Paratici, who is the director of football. You are not going to select the director of football for me. If just straight to the point. If he's not going well at the press conference, this guy made sure, man, I have to speak to the board right now because these players are in a low level. What do you think that does to a player in the dressing room?
Because you are going to be replaced. Yeah. If you don't step up.
Tomasuke is always acting like a politician to be. When he gets to the press conference, he's always acting like a politician to be, an aspiring politician.
Let me put it like this. When Tuchel came in and replaced Lampard, he was strict with those players. He was not their friends. He didn't take rubbish, right? He liked Hudson-Odoi. He chalked him off after 20 minutes in a game. That sent ripples around the entire team. And this guy was not, taking any. We went on to win the Champions League. I think as soon as we won the Champions League, Thomas Tuchel became their friends, right? He was always available. And that has seen the slump of this team, especially in the second half of last season. In the second half of last season, we finished 7th in terms of points gained on the league table. Arsenal was ahead of us. Tottenham was ahead of us. The only reason we finished top 4 was because our first 13 games last season were top of the league. If not for those first 12, 13 games where we actually were very good and we're winning games non-stop, we would have finished 6th or 7th.
I agree. Eddie, how you doing? Welcome back.
Eddie's here to give fire. Man, let me
Big
just
man, big man.
let me mute. Let me mute, bro. Mute. My mute button.
Steven, turn off your mic so I'll be able to bring you. I can't bring you without turning off your mic. So go ahead, Eddie.
First of all, I haven't seen the full game. Let me just say that I haven't seen.
Oh,
the
you
full
don't need
game,
to. You don't need to. You don't.
And
need
I'll
to.
go back and watch it. But I watched.
No,
about
don't watch.
maybe,
Don't watch Eddie.
I was no.
Don't try.
Let me land.
Eddie.
I watched 10, 15-minute bits, especially that second half. And yeah, first things first. Thomas Tuchel's not looking good. I'm not gonna massage it any way possible. Thomas Tuchel, you're looking suspect right now, my guy. Like, this thing's playing trash football. I have my Arsenal fans trolling me, and you all know how much I hate that shit.
Eddie, if that's the case, you need to apologize to me then.
Relax. I've not landed yet. Yeah, relax. This is not time for apologies, man.
Abdul. Thank God bless you.
Let me learn.
There's only one airport.
Thomas Tuchel is not looking good. Because in my opinion, this team should be playing better than they are.
That's not true, Eddie. That's not true. And I'll tell you why, but go on. I'll tell you.
But no, hold on. But in another way, yeah, I'm looking at this team like this team's trash.
Yes.
We have Balangsar still playing football in 2021 for Chelsea. In 2022 for Chelsea. We have Batshuayi coming on as a sub in preseason. And guys, can we just accept something? Havertz is not a striker, please. Havertz is not a striker.
Thank you, Eddie.
We're messing around.
What is his position, Eddie? What position does Havertz play?
Let's just call a spade a spade. Eddie.
Okay, let me
let Eddie land. Let him land.
Let me give you something. Chelsea fans, we need to stop being sentimental. Yeah, we need to be, because this is the problem. The club are looking at social media and they're acting upon that.
And that's where it's all screwed up, right?
That's where we have big problems. I'm sorry, yeah.
Roman never looked at social media. He made his decisions.
Let me tell you right now, yeah. If I'm Thomas Tuchel, I am selling Conor Gallagher tomorrow. I don't care what any of you say. I'm shipping that dude. This is something I told people how many weeks ago? The last time I was here, when I said we need a midfielder in this team. Conor Gallagher is not the answer.
No,
you have Jorginho, you have Kovacic, you have Kante. Mason Mount should not smell. Mason Mount should not be smelling the attack. He should be coming back into midfield. Havertz is a 10. I'm sorry. If you want to get the best out of him, you play him as a 10 and he needs to fight for his position. He needs to come back.
He actually has to play like Muller, Thomas Muller.
There is no spot in this midfield for Conor Gallagher. I don't want to hear Conor Gallagher. I don't want to hear Ethan Ampadu. I don't want to hear who's Billy Gilmore. Sell them all. Oh, don't get me started about the defense here. Like, only Chelsea fans want Levi Cole. You want Conor Gallagher. You want Amanda Broha.
Then go with the goddamn academy kids. Can we watch those guys? Stop watching Chelsea, right?
Can we agree on something? And I said this in the group chat before. Marina fucked up when she did not accept that 70 mil for Hudson-Odoi. Let's be honest. This guy ain't world class. Marina fucked up by not accepting that 7. I would have taken that money.
We'll be lucky to get 15. We'll be lucky to get 15M for this guy right now.
Thank you. Can we actually get good? Because this is the thing. Like I said, Tuchel, there's some questions to ask about the situation right now. But park that to the side. Let's look at the targets he's actually, trying to bring into Chelsea. They're good. They're actually good. I don't know if you all seen the goal Rafinha just scored today.
Yeah. Yes, now. Banger. Nobody in our team. Let me just put it right. Nobody in this current Chelsea team scores that
Nobody
goal.
Does that.
Nobody can.
Can someone tell me the one player in Chelsea who can create and give the attack early opportunities to score?
No, that's the same thing we're saying, right? Yeah. No, none.
And I'm sorry, the one thing we're actually good at last season, the build-up, that thing was looking messy today. Let's not discuss back 4, back 5. The whole thing's a shambles at this point, man. The whole thing's a shambles. So there's one way to look at it. Chelsea need about 4 or 5 players. Yeah,
6.
If we're saying we need 4 or 5 players, at the same time we've got to see how the manager works in that perfect scenario. That's why I say, look, Thomas Tuchel is not looking good, but on another hand, I kind of see where his hands are tied. Because I'm sorry,
No, he doesn't have the personnel though.
These attackers are trash. These attackers are rubbish.
Man.
I'm sorry. We have attackers who can't beat a man. They're literally scared to run at a man.
Eddie, how are you a forward player when you cannot even beat a man? Like
Eddie, I told Emmy yesterday.
Football, man.
Remember I told you yesterday when we had the competition when I said I saw Pulisic against Charlotte. Eddie, I was about to cry when I saw him play with Charlotte.
And
I
then
was crying. You know what pissed me about Pulisic is? He dribbled the first player, he dribbled the second player, he dribbled the third player, and that guy just stopped. And
Okay, let me drop what Daniel said earlier, Eddie. So I brought this case up, when Daniel was here, and I asked him, and I said, is it possible that all our attacking players are just poor, or is it the system or the structure in which they're actually operating that's making them poor? What do you think?
The attackers.
If I can just,
the attackers are poor. The attackers.
You think the attackers are poor?
The attackers are poor. Let's face it. I mean, let's look at Ziyech.
So are you saying that all our attackers are poor? All?
Have you forgotten, Emmy? Have you forgotten we used to do cross and nod while Lampard was here? It was basically cross and nod.
Like, okay,
cross and inshallah, that's it.
And this is the question I think
we spent over 250 million pounds on those attackers. You know that, right?
I think I was mentioning I was listening in before I joined in, and AB mentioned I asked him to name another manager, which is the fact. I'm like, can you name me? I'm not saying I'm not doing this to be defensive or to back you out of any argument. But can someone tell me which manager can work with these attackers right now?
Nobody. I said it. I said the same thing. Right?
So that's why, in a way, I'm looking at Thomas Tuchel like, okay, cool, you're not looking good, but at the same time, bro, this guy not giving you anything. There's nothing to work with him there.
No,
that's why I said Hudson-Odoi. I'm sorry, yes, you had that Achilles injury and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But I'm sorry, you've got to give me something better. Yeah,
Eddie, have you watched our training sessions?
Oh, look, don't get me started with
we are horrible. Do you know the same thing Hudson-Odoi does in real match? Do you know he can't beat his man in training?
That's
he can't beat Aspley. He can't beat Aspley. He can't beat his man.
This is why I said sentimental Chelsea fans and Marina.
I think I see
sentimental
Eddie,
Chelsea fans. Hold on, sentimental Chelsea fans and Marina. Sentimental Chelsea fans and Marina. Fuck Chelsea over because Hudson-Odoi is earning 165k a week. No one's paying him that. No one's paying the money for him to get out now. Yeah. Can we get rid of Aspi and Alonso for free, please? It's 2022. Let's move on from dead ballers. Yeah. Aspi has done a lot for this club, but I'm sorry, he's dead. He's finished. Move him on. Jog on. Yeah. All these Chelsea academy graduates. Yeah. Love to speak. I'm sorry. It's 2022. You shouldn't be at Chelsea. Yeah. He's got a good game and all, but I'm sorry. Even as a squad player, no, get out. Yeah, I'm done playing sentiment, man. I'm done playing all these stupid games.
What about Gilmore, Gallagher?
Gilmore should go. Gilmore can go. Sell him.
Colwell.
Like, bro, look, please, man.
Bruja.
What have these guys done?
What about Bruja?
Look, Bruja is the only one I might give a chance because Chelsea do not have any strikers. But I'm sorry, I still want to sign a striker.
Yeah, Vinicius taking this game personal, man.
Oh, I need
the
to
guy just dribbled four Barcelona players.
I need to go to the game. But this is what I'm
going to fight to.
Oh my god.
Busquets and this guy. Busquets and Vinicius.
I need to jump on this game, man. But let's face it, man. This squad is terrible. This squad is bad.
It is.
This squad is bad.
I'm assuming you guys had the fight.
Like,
sorry. Go ahead.
There's just a lot to fix about the squad that we can't really like. On one hand, I can see the argument of those looking at the management and going, "Look, this player should be improving." But on the other hand, let's face it, man. It's a bad squad.
Yeah, it's a bad squad. It's an unbalanced squad.
And there's no manager in world football that can work with anything here.
Yeah.
So, look, The problem at the moment, I think, is selling players. Yeah, Chelsea need to sell to buy. Let's face it. I'm telling you, players who are 100k a week and over, Ross Barkley, Loftus-Cheek, Hudson-Odoi. Yeah, Timo Werner is one of your highest paid players. You can't have that. You really can't. You've got to get rid of these players. So until we get rid of these players, you can't buy. And
we can't depend on getting rid of players to buy. Though.
Nah, you kind of have to. You kind of have to.
But there's no market. There's no market. There's no market for these guys.
I'm sorry, but say you get the Kunde deal done, you can't spend 500 million on one window and not sell.
We're not spending 500 million. No, nobody's spending 500 million.
Oh, you're gonna need to spend close to 500.
No.
Hold on. We spent how much has Chelsea spent already?
Oh, we spent only 85 million.
Okay, 85 million. You're gonna buy Kunde for
33 plus 45 is what? No, 78.
78. You're gonna buy Kunde for how much?
Kunde is 55.
Okay, apparently they have a deal for the right back in Leon or something. That's about 10 mil. Yeah, so that's another 65 mil added to that. Now you need to buy a midfielder. A world-class midfielder today is going to cost you what, 65 to 80.
Oh, looking at Milinkovic Savic, that's
Frankie De Jong.
Yeah,
Frankie De Jong would be perfect for Chelsea.
Frankie De Jong, Savic, 65 to 80 mil. Agree?
Yep.
Okay, cool. You need another attacker. I would say two.
No,
a winger, and maybe
we're selling Gallagher. We're selling Gallagher. 30 million for Gallagher.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
Gallagher's not leaving, bro.
Let's focus on buying right now without
Steven, you're here. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm here. Gallagher's not leaving, bro. Did you see the comments?
Let's focus on buying without selling.
No, he's staying. He's part of the first team.
Yeah, let's focus on buying without selling. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna spend close to, let's say, 400 mil just to buy.
No. We've only calculated 230 million.
230 million. We haven't touched the attack. You're not picking players for peanuts, right?
No, but 230. If you're gonna buy a forward, who's that forward though? There's no forward. That's another forward.
Rafael Leao from Milan.
No, not even buying that guy in the first place.
No, Milan is also.
I'm not even buying that guy. We are playing just less. See, it's easier. It's easier to let go of a defensive back three manager. Honestly, you see, I love Tuchel, but it's easier. We'll just pay Tuchel 20 million off. We'll pay him 20 million off. We can set up 250 million with an attacking manager.
Wait, King Black. There's no manager that's going to win anything tangible with this forward line you have.
But Thomas Tuchel will spend twice the amount that an attacking manager would.
Because that's what the market dictates, though. It's not Thomas Tuchel that's saying he has to buy this player. The market
he doesn't have a pool. That's what I'm saying. It's better. Better. We can spend big money.
So who is this manager? Who is this manager that you're going to bring that's going to have this pool?
This is the first season where we've seen Tuchel's in charge of transfers. Are you happy with the signings of Sterling and Koulibaly?
Of course.
I'm not really. I'm not. I'm like 50-50 with them. I'm not.
You're 50-50.
Yeah, I'm like 50-50 with them.
No, come on.
First of all, wait. Now let me. First of all, Raheem Sterling on £320,000 at 27 years. It doesn't make sense.
Wait, King Black, that's what he's earning in Man City, though.
Then we should get ready to destroy the wage structure before we even start in the new era. First of all,
if you want to buy players that make difference in your team, right now he's a difference maker in the team.
I'm sorry.
Let him finish.
But King Black, you cannot keep playing kids and think they will make the difference in your team.
Let him finish. Let him go.
I'm sorry. See, if Thomas Tuchel needs players that can take on one-on-one and all that and do all those things, there are other players that can do it and won't be your 320k.
Oh, yeah, call the name of the player.
Until I get work for scouting this thing for Chelsea.
We wanted to get Rafinha.
See, if we gave Rafinha 250k, he would have come.
Is a lie.
See, let's forget this one.
No, you don't know South Americans. South Americans, they want to play for Barcelona and Barcelona only.
So are you telling me when we got Deco, Ballack, and all those things, they wanted to come to Chelsea?
Deco came to us because he couldn't agree a deal with Barcelona to extend his contract.
Then we would have gone for all these free transfers, man.
Ballack
Could have worked for us.
came to us because Bayern Munich would not extend his contract. Roman called Ballack into his yacht and gave him the money he wanted, and he signed.
And this is the argument.
Those days we had money.
If Thomas Tuchel coach Kimpembe and he wants Kimpembe and Kimpembe doesn't want to come, do you know what that means? Do you know what that means?
No, Kimpembe
doesn't make any sense.
No, it's not that. Kimpembe is not being. He doesn't. So they don't need to sell Kimpembe in PSG. He's not surplus to requirements. If Kimpembe's situation was like Keylor Navas, who is the second goalkeeper in PSG, and it's clear that he's good enough to actually be number one, that was Kimpembe. Kimpembe would have. PSG was ready to listen to the negotiations for Kimpembe now.
Yeah, they said
he doesn't want to go anywhere.
They said
it's because of Thomas Tuchel now. Thomas Tuchel could always pick up the phone.
Let's get the whole story straight.
They said if they have to like listen to negotiation for Kimpembe, you have to pay 70 million.
Okay, who's gonna? King Black? Are you going to pay 70 million for Kimpembe?
If that's what the coach wants, you buy whoever you want.
You are the one complaining that we're paying Raheem Sterling 320,000.
Do you know how much? Wait.
You can't be going here and going there.
Kimpembe would have been more crucial to our team than Raheem Sterling in our team. I hope you know.
Huh?
Yes.
No, stop.
Do you see how we're leaking goals? What did Raheem Sterling do?
It's not about leaking goals now.
Wait, now what did you understand
the issue?
In Thomas Tuchel's system? In Thomas Tuchel's system,
Kimpembe.
Wait. In Thomas Tuchel's system, Kimpembe would have been more important. Rudiger was more important, was more crucial for us last season than anybody in our team.
No.
That's my point.
Is that not why we buy Koulibaly?
No, Koulibaly was meant to replace Thiago Silva. If you check all the comments and what Thomas Tuchel was saying, that's why he still wanted Kimpembe and Koundé.
No, I don't think.
Yes.
I don't think we can buy two more defenders this
That's
summer.
what he wanted. He wanted three.
No,
he wanted three from the onset.
No, there's no way we can buy three. Because
he wanted three now. He wanted three.
I know he wanted three, but we have more crucial issues.
Emmy, mute yourself for 1 second. Let me talk to King Black.
Okay.
1 second. King Black, you literally just said Kimpembe will have been a better signing than.
I didn't say better. I said more important. It would have been more important to how Thomas Tuchel wants to play.
More important to how Thomas Tuchel want to play.
Yes.
Well, okay. Pause. What has been Chelsea's problem in the last 2 seasons?
Scoring? Do you mean scoring goals?
Creativity in attack.
Creativity.
Who provides that?
Is Raheem Sterling a creative player?
Jesus Lord.
Is he a creative player? Like I need an answer. Wait.
You telling me Raheem Sterling is no more creative than any attacking player we have right now?
No, he's not.
What?
He's not. Have you seen his passing?
Abdullah, this is why I can't have arguments like this, man. I'm sorry.
Wow.
No. Abdullah, are you telling me Raheem Sterling is a creative player? He's bringing creativity.
Do you understand the profile that Raheem Sterling brings to the attack?
Because we don't even have that profile in our team. We don't have it.
What I'm saying is, look, let's not look at
you talked about creativity. That's what I'm saying. Creativity is a big word. I hope you know.
There's something you said, which I kind of agree with in terms of when Rudiger was here, he would make those runs, right, to get the ball forward. Do you know why he did that? Because no one in the front line was beating a man. How many players prior to Sterling could you see beating a man? I even saw the same thing today. Pulisic gets the ball in attack, passes back.
Exactly.
Ziyech gets the ball in attack. Can you take a man on? Passes back. Raheem Sterling is the only person who will look to drive and create a chance. That's what I'm trying to ask you. Like, how many players do you see creating chances for themselves up front? How many players? No one.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you telling me Kimpembe? Look, forget about conceding 4 today. Yeah, the defense will be fine. I'm not even worried about the defense. Like, if you've heard me talk this whole time, I don't care if it's Colwill at the back. I don't care if Thiago Silva starts, Chalobah and probably what's his name, Koulibaly. If it's a back three, it's them three. I'm fine with those three. You have Rich James, you have Chiwo or Alonso, whatever. The defense will be fine. Let's not worry too much about that. My problem is how the hell are we going to score goals? Because Chelsea are being found out by the minute. If you all haven't realized, put 2 banks of 4 against Chelsea and they're done.
Exactly what I said.
Put 2 banks of 4 against Chelsea and we're done. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm baffled at the fact that Kim Black is telling me Kimpembe would have been a more important signing than Raheem Sterling.
Whoa.
Raheem Sterling is a player who will drive into tight spaces.
Yeah, we need some.
Hudson
Odoi
is too scared from his injury. He can't drive nothing. Ziyech only has one ball: cut in and cross, and whip across to the back post. Yeah. So what I'm saying, we need players that can think more. The players we have right now don't think. Zero brain, zero IQ in attack. That's why I said Mason Mount should not sniff the front three. He can't.
Because he cannot hold the ball and he cannot dribble.
Thank you. So
see, playing Mason Mount where we're playing Mason Mount, and I'm watching Rafinha right now. I'm like, geez, it's night and day, bro. See what Rafinha is doing. See what Rafinha is doing to the Madrid, to Rudiger. See what he's doing to Rudiger today. Rudiger is chasing air. We don't have that kind of player. And that's the fact. The thing now is those kind of players now, Eddie and guys, to be very honest, they are now very rare. So if you want to go to the market and say, okay, let me try and get an inside forward, who are you going to get? Who?
I don't know. Because
do you know?
For me, if you look at the transfer window right now, no available attacker you can get.
There is nobody. West Ham just bought the last very okay, striker in Skamaka. Yeah. I don't know any inside forward right now that is available. I might be wrong. I know people are saying.
Do you mean striker or inside forward or like the winger on the other side?
I'm talking about
on the right side.
Can play on the right side, correct?
Yeah, I know a player anyway, but like if Jesse's not linked to him, what's my
who Leao?
Musa Diaby.
Oh, Diaby in Leverkusen?
Yeah, that Leverkusen.
He has already stated yesterday that he's not going anywhere. He's going to be in Leverkusen this season.
You know how German clubs are now.
The guy said he doesn't want to leave right now.
That guy is my peak, man. After Rafinha is my peak.
I know. Has this guy left Lille? Jonathan David, has he left Lille?
No, he's
that guy is mid, man. He's mid.
He's still there, but Lille is going to demand Amalek because they know we're desperate, right?
It's mid.
See, Eddie, what I need Chelsea to do is one, get your scouts all over Europe and go find the next Rafinha. Go find the next, or go to Brazil. Go find.
Guys, what of Jared Bowen?
Okay, Jared Bowen is. You won't go to West Ham? Are you joking?
And if you know how West Ham will build us, you'll be shocked.
You're not going to spend nothing less than 100 million, and he's not what
70 million.
Yeah.
Guy is good anyway, but like he's not better than Diaby.
Diaby's what we have to recognize is our scouting system has failed us badly. Because
let me ask the people the question now. Todd Bowley is here, was the match, and I'm very sure he will have a deep competition with Chuka in terms of how can
yes, I'm sure they'll talk tonight before we leave for UK, before the team leaves for the UK tomorrow.
I know because I think it's
no, they're flying back tonight.
No, it's traveling to Sevilla tomorrow.
Is this the last preseason game?
Yeah,
then we're going to Italy.
What?
Italy, yeah.
One game.
Yeah,
they're
playing Udinese.
Yeah, they're playing Udinese.
We top out for
The
preseason.
season starts in 2 weeks.
Exactly. So because for me right now, guys, if you want to buy any attacker, you have to spend stupid and ridiculous money on them. You have to spend money. The money you don't want to spend, you have to spend it on them because
I think Todd Bowley and
wait. This match I watched, I told them too. From the Charlotte match to this match, Arsenal match, this attacker I've not been confused with all of them. I've not been convinced.
And I've seen what they are doing for me right now is what they did to Antonio Conte, second time of Antonio Conte when he was in Chelsea manager, where we won the Premier League in the first season. Everybody played. In the second season, it was a down to where everybody wanted Antonio Conte to leave that club, and he left, and he scored player power. And I want that to stop in Chelsea football because it's happening right now. Pulisic is from America. It's doing an American endorsement to overshadow the manager himself. So, as a fans, it's annoying me because that is where I want to stamp into that. We need a sporting director. We need the structures to be cleared off. If that doesn't happen, we are not going forward.
Here's the deal. At the end of the day, I feel like Chelsea will be fine. Tuchel's not dumb. He's not signed some players. What I'm pissed off about, and I think the transfer ban did not help us. Not transfer ban, sorry. The sanctions did not help us in terms of starting to get stuff done early, right? But I'm looking at Chelsea's start of the season. It's quite soft, let's be honest. Everton, Tottenham, Leeds, Leicester City, and Southampton before the window closes. Yeah. Come on. You're winning 4 of those games. Tottenham is looking iffy right now. Every other game there should be a win. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Let me ask Eddie.
That's the luck we have, but we need proper signings.
Oh yeah. Enough of all this sentimental,
get rid of players if you have to for cheap.
I think a lot of players have been too comfortable in the team.
Yeah.
See,
Exactly.
the reason why we are not even mentioning some players right now is because the bar is so low. The bar is so low, that we don't even recognize that Kovacic isn't even playing to a high level and Jorginho is not even playing to a high level because we don't even have anyone who is better than them.
King Black, that's why I said we need to go by Savage. If we get Savage, automatically.
I think we're overly rich. See, if Lazio says they don't want to say, what do we do? Gini Wijnaldum is on free transfer.
No.
Wait now. I know you could say no. He's still better than what we have. He's still better than having Kono Gallagher.
But the thing is that's a stopgap signing, and we have too many of those players that stopgap signing, and we're struggling to get rid of them.
Yeah, exactly. We'll struggle to get rid of him. Remember, he's over 30 already.
King Black, that's where you're getting it wrong.
Because guess what? You're already bleeding. Let me tell you, Black, we're already bleeding. If you put a stop gap, it doesn't stop us from bleeding. We're still going to bleed.
If I'm bringing, this is why I've been happy. I've been very happy and impressed with the 2 signings so far. Yeah, in terms of Raheem Sterling and Koulibaly, they're walking and stuff for our team.
Correct.
I'm not trying to do an Arsenal where you're signing squad players.
No, we're not buying squad players. We're backing.
Look, all these players right now. If I sign a player, you're automatically a backup.
But you know our first team players are still backups. They are still backups. If you have top players, they are backups.
That's why I'm saying we need to go get those players that start automatically. Yeah. Like they're walking and everyone is the done. Yeah.
But they want to cut our head now. They want to cut our head with prices now. And there's nothing we can do if they all of them want to go to Barcelona. What do we do now?
Let me ask a question, right? Why don't we get Ruben Neves and Milinkovic Savic and change that midfield and give us that balance? I don't mind selling anybody else.
They will say Ruben Neves is a stopgap as well. They will say
he's a stopgap. No, he's a top. No. Ruben Neves is
expensive.
He's going to be 70 million.
How much? 60 million.
There was a guy from Portugal.
60 million and Savage 80 million. That's 140.
But that solves your midfield for like 10 years.
There's a guy from
I don't think so. Savage is 28 years.
No. Savage 25.
He's 20. No, he's 28. He's already clocked 28.
He's 27. Go check the age. He's 27.
How about Matthews Nunes from
Portugal? It's good. I like him too.
Yeah, Nunes from Lisbon.
Yeah, Lisbon. Yeah.
And it's not going to cost you more than 40 to get him.
Yeah.
Let's go get players like this. Rafinha was from Leeds. Tap up all these small clubs that have quality players.
If Man U buys this club, you to pay me.
This is what now pisses me off about last season's transfer window. We could have gotten Chouameni and Koundé. Yes. Right now, we wouldn't be struggling trying to get 3 defenders in, but I think Tuchel's focus right now is mainly on the defender. If we'd gotten those 2 players in, I think some of would have mitigated some of the issues that we are seeing right now, and then focusing on other areas.
Exactly. And you know what would have happened? we wouldn't have been losing players like some of the players that want to leave now, because they will see there's a backbone here. There's a team. This is a team that can actually compete. Because if we had Chouameni and then we had Koundé from last season, this season we would have just added, Koulibaly, would have added maybe another midfielder in that midfield, and all of a sudden we've transitioned the midfield from Kante, Kovacic, and Jorginho to Chouameni and maybe another central midfielder that can actually make the difference. And all of a sudden, we can now create from midfield. We just did not plan. We lost the ball. We paid Saul 260, 270,000 a week wages, and we just wasted. Saul's loan fee was about 10 or 15 million. It was ridiculous. That money we paid Sahu would have just gotten Chouameni. Chouameni was 40 million euros last. They were begging people to take him last year. And then you had Koundé. Koundé pretty much has driven from
Sevilla. Was our attack this bad under Lampard?
Under Lampard, I think the thing is we were actually decent in attack, but our defense was non-existent.
Yeah, we didn't have a structure when we lost the ball, pretty much.
Oh, guys, Abdul said Chidera AGK. He plays for Eta Berlin.
No, stop.
Come on, man.
Abdul, mute your mic. Abdul, don't Abdul, mute your mic.
Oh my God, this one really say EGK.
Abdul, stop.
See, let me not lie to you. I see someone.
No, I said he joined. He just signed.
I see someone talk about Neto. I like Neto too, but Neto,
Let's face it, he's a squad player, man. Let's not bring more squad players into this team. I need quality, bro. I don't think y'all understand when I say I need quality.
Are you guys watching the Barca game?
Yeah, I'm watching the Barca game.
Yeah.
Because just watch Frankie King's movement. Just watch his positioning, his movement. This thing is natural.
Yes, now these are the things that we're talking about. You guys are calling players. I'm like, geez, are you watching the top teams? Are you watching them? I think our fans need to just
see Rafinha's pass.
Oh, Rafinha the play ball. I bet no verse.
Nah, Rafinha's a baller, man.
The guy is good. No doubt about that guy. He is good. Like, bro.
I wanted to ask a question. What's your thoughts on Mendy, man?
Steven, Mendy is looking very suspect.
Mendy seems, I don't know what is in his head, but
I think
the second half,
my problem with Mendy is
my problem with African nations, he has been poor.
No. He's too comfortable, and I think he doesn't have a competition where the person can make him up his game. And this ball on to Tuchel. Tuchel is giving players time. He doesn't want to. I don't want him to do it. When Tuchel came in, it was ruthless.
Too much comfort.
It was too ruthless. So now Tuchel is not good at it. It's not like, let me just give it because they have won this. No.
He's playing table tennis now. He's playing table tennis now.
I know sometimes. I know sometimes you want to be friendly with some players. You want to like them, but this is the team where you want to deliver. See, Abdul said something when Todd Bowley took over, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go to Abdul. He said it. This ownership wants to win, and if you don't give them the win, Thomas Tuchel will get a sack. He will get a sack, regardless of how much they're backing him, because they want to bring their own manager, and their own people to the club.
This is what I envision Bowley is gonna do.
Because Abdul said this thing when Todd Bowley came in. He said,
"Hold on," and that's why I said. I think I initially said it. I even said this before Chelsea sold the club. I said Thomas Tuchel was going to be on thin ice, and I know why I said that, because I know Americans. If you're not their guy, they're looking to get rid of you. But, and I say but because I think what Todd Bowley is doing, and that's why he's made himself the sporting director. He wants to do it right. He's going to build the club from top to bottom. That's why this season is going to be a long season for Chelsea fans. Yeah, just bear with it. He's going to start from the sporting director of the club and also the technical, because if you look at it, he has not filled any positions in terms of the sporting side of things, because he's going to find the best of the best to fill those up. And then if Tuchel is not the guy for those people, he's gone. So Tuchel might not be here past 2 years. Let's face it. He might not be. That's why I'm saying he looks suspect. He needs to improve. But let's not look at Bowley right now because Bowley couldn't do nothing about the sanctions. The guy doesn't know much about football. He can only depend on what Tuchel tells him right now. But from next year, once this window is over, his next focus becomes, okay, how do we build a footballing structure around the club? That's when we'll start seeing the fruits of what he's trying to do. They're just winging it right now, unfortunately, and that's the situation we have ourselves in. So
But
I wouldn't judge Bowley too much.
Yeah, Eddie, I want to also say something, right? I believe there are so many things going on behind the scenes that we don't know in Chelsea.
Yeah, of course.
I think it's very evident. Like even Tuchel coming out today to say, there's so many players that actually want to leave the club, and I think that's also affecting, a lot, especially on the field of play. It's affecting the play on the field, right?
Yeah, of course.
When we won the Champions League, everybody was tuned in. Everybody knew their career depended on that Champions League run. Right now, or since the second half of last season, a lot of players' heads have gone elsewhere. And, of course, some people ran down their contracts. Some people just have 1 year left. Someone like Jorginho has 1 year left. Alonso has 1 year left. Kante has 1 year left. There's so many players that have 1 year left on their deals right now. Their long-term futures are not guaranteed. And those things, whether we like it or yes, they actually play in these players' heads because they are human beings. They have families.
So look.
So you see, there's just a lot going on that, of course, they're not going to tell you everything. But even Kepa wants to go to the World Cup. Chelsea will not let him go to a club, even though he's good enough to start in some clubs. Sarri wants him, but guess what? Chelsea's going to demand at least 25 million. Even if it's a loan, they'll demand 8 million, 10 million. Those are things that many clubs cannot pay right now. And most of these players, because of this World Cup, their heads are all turned.
That's why I said Marina fuck Chelsea over, but people want to blame Tuchel and Bowley.
I think I agree with you. Marina played a role in this, but it's
gonna take a while to refresh the whole thing and get rid of.
But look at a club like Barcelona. How are they doing it?
They're not. They haven't got rid of no one.
No, but they bought players. I'm watching their game right now, and when the players they brought in are making a difference in their team.
But by the way, Koundé is going to Barca. I've just been told.
Oh,
jeez, for
Koundé,
real?
Yeah, he's going Barcelona. It's done.
Oh, shoot me now.
Oh, boy. Well, so who's Chelsea going to go get? Definitely, we need a defender.
We are left with right now. We are left with Louis Dunk. Hey.
Let's go. Might as well enjoy Levi Cole for this season, man.
Kimpembe might be,
I don't think we can get Kimpembe.
He doesn't want to leave, does he?
Yeah, he doesn't want to go. Yeah.
Yeah, Kimpembe doesn't want to leave. The club is willing to let him go, but I don't think he wants to leave.
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave.
We were linked with the Leicester defender, but I don't know how realistic it is.
Oh, Fofana?
Yeah.
They're going to demand 70
mil, I think.
At least 80. If they let Jerry Maguire go for 80, I don't think
that's not going to work too.
We're in a mess, man.
Yeah, we're.
Why are we losing players like this, man?
I think it's insane.
I don't know.
It's as if we can hardly get any deal over the line.
When they were doing Rafinha, man, we should have been wrapping up the deal then.
This is a classical. It's a friendly, right?
Why didn't we sign? Because we had the chance to sign Rafinha in January.
Sanctions.
We had the chance to sign him and keep him on loan. Why didn't we just close that deal?
That's Marina, isn't it?
I thought this a classical was meant to be friendly. Why are they killing themselves?
Yeah, man.
Okay, another question, guys. Why don't we go get Yao Felix? That's another player that is available. I don't mind paying 100 million for him.
Okay, my argument against Joao Felix is, look, I'm tired of buying young players who need time to develop and all this stuff.
He's not young anymore, though. He's not 22.
It's 22, yeah, bro. It's the same age as Havertz and stuff. And the argument for people will be give them time. That's why I said I'm happy with Sterling. I'm happy with Koulibaly.
No, Joao Felix, I heard that they are not good enough. They are not. If you are good enough,
Joao Felix game is still need to adjust to the Premier League. I need a player that can come in and make that impact. Chelsea need impact players.
But Eddie, the problem is the transfer market doesn't have that quality. Though.
Yeah, there's too many project players at Chelsea, my guy. That's what you don't understand. Hudson-Odoi is a project. Mason Mount, I don't care what anyone says, he's still a project. Gallagher, project. Levi Colwill, project. Amanda Broha, project. Yeah, there's too many projects. I'm not buying more projects into the squad. We need quality, like certified ballers. Go get your experienced players and bring them into the squad. That's all. Like a Kimpembe, I'm not fully opposed to it because he's a good player. I won't say world class, but he works. He's someone who's showing straight away. Starts for us. Those are the kind of players we should go get. If I could, bro, go do the deal for Neymar. I don't care. Get a loan or something done for Neymar. Man, this squad's annoying, bro.
I'm just watching the positioning of Frankie in this game. He's like the third midfielder, like the defender. He's like starting. Honestly, man, this thing is instinctive, right? Like to me, not like the coach is telling him all these things.
Another problem we have is, I think we've lost a lot of our pool, though. Our pool is gone. Many players don't want to sign for Chelsea right now.
That's a big problem.
Look, I wouldn't say they don't, but if you look at the players Chelsea have missed out on, Chelsea have dragged their feet quite a bit, and they're going, okay, well, if you're dragging your feet and now you want to go for me because another team wants me, then it is what it is. Yeah, like Koundé could have been a Chelsea player last season. He was in London at the start of this preseason. Why the hell did we drag our feet with this? So you can only blame Chelsea for not completing that signing.
And guess what? We another thing that probably got into Koundé's head is we didn't make him a priority. Instead, we made Nathan Ake a priority.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't blame him for that. You look at this guy. What's his name? The guy who stayed at Barcelona. You could have signed that deal a long time ago. You could have had him from a long time ago in January. That's when you started negotiations. Okay, the sanctions had a bit to do with it.
Well, the sanctions came in March.
But once the sanctions were over, if you went in there and went, look, we want you, this is how much we're going to give you, sign that deal, let's move on. You don't have this right now. But you want to sit down there and twiddle your thumbs and wait for things to happen. It's not going to work. So you can only have Chelsea to blame. It's not about Poole. Because you look at Koulibaly at the moment, it was Chelsea and Barcelona, but guess what? He didn't muck around. Chelsea have been trying to get him for years as well.
Yeah, for like 4 years.
You look at Sterling. Chelsea went to put him money in, picked him up. Yeah, you put the money down, you're showing the player, you move on. Even with the whole Nathan Ake, huh?
I like to ask question, guys.
Yeah.
Like, do you think even with 100 million players signing, do you think Thomas Tuchel can get us over the line against Liverpool? 500 million, let's say 500 million for Thomas Tuchel to sign players to sign. Do you think this guy can do it? That's my concern.
Based on the quality of players I've seen and what is on in this window, I'll say yes. I'm sorry, I'll say yes. I mean, who has he signed that's shown you he can't do it? That would be my question. So
a lot of Chelsea fans are judging Thomas Tuchel. You guys are judging Thomas Tuchel out of this. God.
I think his profile line is just terrible. It's just
okay. Who has he tried to sign that you're not happy with?
Is it Lukaku? Lukaku didn't want to come to Chelsea.
I'm sorry. If you're looking at the whole market, Koundé was meant to be the first signing, but he made him the third, the fourth option. We said the lead was number one, followed by Ake and King Pembe before Koundé. So we got rejected by the league. We moved on to Ake.
I thought I would go.
Come on now.
We moved on to Ake.
Stupid.
And then
he's a left-legged player.
At the end of the day, we are
to guide the ball
Dali.
with his right leg. You see all these kind of boys.
Yeah,
they just fail to deceive.
This is the thing. Like, even you look at Raheem Sterling, then if Chelsea signed Dembele or if Chelsea signed Dembele or Rafinha, I don't even think they signed Sterling. Yeah, that's my problem. Where I say, look, I don't know what the plan has been this whole season, because for me, clearly,
you choose his right leg.
Clearly, let me mute, man. If you're going to talk about Barca.
Oh, sorry.
Because clearly we need a new front three. I'm sorry, Chelsea need a whole new front three. And losing Lukaku doesn't help as well. As much as it was bad, I feel like with much better wingers around him, it could have worked. But Dini darling around for players, man. All you needed to do was identify who your targets were and just go sign them. Like at the start of preseason, we're hearing Nkunku, we're hearing Guardiola. I'm hearing all these players that we never even went in for. Like who are your actual targets? Going for them. Like you wanted Sterling, you paid the money, you got him. You wanted Koulibaly, you paid the money, got him. Yeah, just identify a player.
Who is this Barcelona left back? Who is this Barca's left back? Who is your like it's been
you guys everybody kept saying Christensen is not good enough, man. Christensen is balling today, man. I hope we're watching.
Has he been playing? I can't even see him. He
disappears. Yeah, he's playing. He's
playing there. He's on the left side of their back four. People said, "Oh, Christensen cannot play back four." Man, he's been marshalling Vinicius and Rodrigo in this game. He's been very good. But yeah, go ahead, sorry.
All right, sorry guys, I need to drop off, man. But I'll join another hangout maybe later this week, man.
Yeah, sure. Nice one, Eddie, man.
Man, I'll see you guys later.
Nice one. No worries, guys. Peace. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Okay, now take care, everybody. Bye bye.